Let's end it there. Brought John right on with me. This is just a.
Yeah, no forewarning. Jesus.
There's no foreplay tonight, bro.
Wow.
Well, I'm so glad that you had your finger out of your nose. That could have been.
Oh, you saw that?
I did. I apologize for that, and where it threw me. Oh my God, that makes me laugh. It makes me laugh for a couple of reasons, but it makes me. First of all, hi everybody. How you doing, everybody? I did quickly jump in there. Okay, I'm just gonna butcher this name. It's Ruzan, right? Ruzan, I believe.
Ruxan.
No, it's not Rooks. It's a Z. It's more of a French Z.
Oh, is it the French Z?
Yeah, I think it's like Rujan.
I know. I apologize.
I mean, I'm half French. I'm a Trepanier. You would think that I would know.
It's not the top half though, because pronunciation.
The problem is I came out of Canada French, and so we're booby hatches. We don't.
God.
Oh, she said no. See, I butchered it.
No.
Well, go ahead and correct us again, because I just hate when I make mistakes.
It's like Ruxan.
I don't think it is. I don't think it's Rooks. I don't think it's an X, for goodness sakes. It's a silent X. And by the way, that's what I'm telling everybody, because look, John, can I call you John?
Right now, you should just butcher it. It's almost like Roxanne, but Ruxan. Roxanne.
I guess I was wrong.
Am I saying it wrong though? Like that? Roxanne? It's almost like Roxanne, but Roxanne.
I'm just shocked that the X is so hard. I thought it would have been a silent X. Well,
you would like to have a few silent X's.
I would tonight because so what happened, everybody, for the people that were sitting here, we are going USB mic night, and
Yo,
you can see mine. I can't see yours, unfortunately. I don't
it's
know if I
right
can.
here. It's right in front of me.
I got all sorts of user issues tonight.
Yeah.
I see it. I wish mine was a little bit more like in your face, but we're
Right
doing
here.
that. Okay, hang on. We're going to do that.
I got mine right here.
There's mine. I'll explain this little get up. You know what? Look, there's a great. I'm actually kind of happy we did this, but let me finish.
Just saying though, why don't we ask people like, how do our USB mics sound? I mean, listen, it's never going to sound, great. StreamYard's kind of like weird with the sound in general, but we're not using our XLR mics. We're using our USB mics tonight. And I just curious to see what people think of our mics.
We talked about this a long time ago doing it. I mean, yeah, we're fans.
Yeah,
but
long time ago.
But at some point, as we talked to a lot of people who are YouTubers, you need to go back and you need to play with these things. And you say, well, I'll just in my spare time. Well, we don't in our spare time really do it. And that's not the same thing as having to go into what I call the firefight, live stream firefight, because that changes everything. And we'll get into it, but the reason that changes everything is why, John? Because our beautiful new virtual audio channels are now out the window. Our XLR, from whether it's Go XLR or a Wave XLR, and you can see already, I need to get on the mic. We do not have these granular controlled stream balls that we had. So now we had to go play, and that's what the short of it is. That's why John unfortunately got dumped at the beginning. Not it's a problem, but the poor guy.
It's not my problem.
I just threw him. Thank God his pants were up because I threw him right into the mix, and it was just okay. Anyway, so it all circles around. We'll get back to it, but I have to say hi. I'm behind. Let me get on this real quick and
say hello and
Roxanne. I swear to God, I'm making it harder than it needs to be.
We're gonna get it straight, and we're gonna make up for it one day because I feel like
Sammy Superstar. Hey everyone, what's up? You know what I need to do.
Oh, you know what she needs to do on her next video? She needs to say hi, and then we can hear exactly how she pronounces it.
Yeah, do that. And just say
that would be a good idea.
This is for those two dummies
right
over there in the middle of the country of the United States who uneducated can't figure it out, right?
And then we'll get on our videos and go, I am John.
I am, and that's my new thing. I'm going to tell everybody that I'm having an awful lot. Like people don't know what to call me. Who would have thought?
I know what to call you.
I hear everything. Who would have thought the JA would be such a controversial thing? Now, I'm not getting rid of the JA. You're gonna have to live with that because people do remember. Oh, don't even. I will mute you. I will mute you so fast.
All I'm telling you is to think about it long and hard before the 100, before you get to the 100, and then
no, I'm fine with it. It's just that my point with it is visually and from a standpoint of remembering. It's a golden winner. The issue is people get thrown. Like, so Doc Rock today is like, blah, blah, blah. I'm calling you Smitty from now on.
Yeah. Because didn't someone this past week call you Jack?
Heather Ramirez called me. I think she couldn't figure. Oh, someone called me Jack. Yeah.
Jack blank.
Jack
Smith.
S. Yeah. I get a lot of that.
That's before the stream.
I'm going to start promoting. I'm going to have a T-shirt. What? I just spilled water. Let's just move on. Let's just not act like
this week is the first week I actually feel like I'm old.
I know
because I told you, right? I slid down the stairs.
You did. You took a footer.
Dude, I slid down the stairs
like a
TV show,
like on the Home Alone type of thing.
Yep.
Like where the kids go down.
Oh yeah, down.
Only thing missing was the bucket. Yeah,
my foot is black and blue on the left side. And now tonight, before the stream starts, I couldn't find my reading glasses. I'm like, what's going on, man? What's going on here?
I know, man. Well, it gets worse because I brought you on accident. I've spilled my water. That's everywhere now. I messed up people's names. I feel like someone should put me back in the cage. I want to just explain.
Go ahead.
Because right now this stream has gone in about 10 different ramps and there is no cohesiveness at all to it. No glue. It is completely falling apart. So let's keep it that
okay, so that's normal.
So that's normal. Nothing's changed.
Right. Nothing's different there. So we're keeping everything the same.
Let me ask chat. There's my 8 closest friends in here, plus John, who's, he's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna my t-shirt, because I don't have a t-shirt or cup like you. My name is gonna be Jay. I'm just gonna put it by J-A, but the A is silent. So it's just gonna be Jay. Just call me Jay. No, eat, sleep. No, shut up. Fuck.
That's weird.
No, it can't be all about you, man. Like,
that's weird.
All right. I'm gonna fix this real quick.
I'm not used to that.
There we go. Let's fix it.
not used to that.
I know you don't get a lot of sleep. So yeah, I'm gonna go with JA, because I still feel like that's a visual winner. I don't know why.
Are we gonna talk about your name for an hour?
We are. We're gonna spend a whole hour. Just stop. I'm already self-conscious. Now you just threw me into that corner. If it was AJ, it's easier. It's funny how when the vowel is first, it's just something to it. But it's J. My name is J-A, and it's the A is silent. So I'm going to have like a little silent thing over it, or I'm going to come up with some kind of thing. Why not? I don't care. I'm doing it. I don't care what you think. I'm doing it anyway. John, you're giving me like that look like you don't approve of anything I'm saying.
Let's just keep you silent. Anyway, Jeff and I talked about this probably 3 months ago, that eventually we talk about mics every day. We talk about expensive mics.
Yep.
I came on this past week. We talked about a really cheap XLR mic, and we're like, dude, let's get the cheapest mics that we have, USB mics, and let's just do a stream with it, just for the fun of it, just to take all the technical side out and jump in there. So,
no effects, right? You have no effects, or did you cheat?
Oh no, I have no effects.
This is
a $19 mic right here.
Yeah, this is raw as it goes. This is a $19 mic. Oh my god, mine's more expensive.
Yeah, this is a $19 mic, and I'll show it. I got it pulled up on Amazon if you wanna show me. But it's a $19 mic. You can get $5 off on this thing right now, and so I got it right here, and you can hit this coupon, take $5 off. So this is the Xingyu mic, and the great thing about this mic, though, that I like is right on the back here, as you can see, it's a USB-C port, not a big USB, right? It's just USB-C. Then it has a headphone jack, which I'm plugged into and monitoring myself, right? With no latency. And this right here is not just a volume button. This is actual gain. So I can turn my gain up and down right here. All this for $19. And if you go down to the bottom here, there's this dude who did a review on this mic, and it's pretty interesting. He goes into pretty good detail about it.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, right on Amazon too.
No.
And and it's good stuff. So check this out.
Immediately, I do not want to buy this. This is that guy who was running that scam for the $100 Stream Deck. I am not playing that game again. I got taken once. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that again.
Oh, I got my money back. Don't worry. I mean, that was no problem.
Yeah.
So Roxanne is saying John sounds like he's speaking inside a drum.
John does?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I could be maybe in your background. I might be trapped in a drum.
Yeah, we could put you in a bass drum. Now, in all honesty, I really feel, I told John before the stream, this mic wants to be right about here, I think. I think that's like not overdoing it. I thought about putting it on the boom arm because I've done it. It looks so stupid. And I wanted to do, because we wanted to do this like we're YouTubers and we don't have all that stuff. So right now, it's I did try to bring it up a little closer. And you can see what I did is this is an old, like literally like terribly old. I don't even want to tell you how old. This is a drum. This is so old. This is a traditional grip drum pad from like the 70s when I was a kid. And so I'm using this to bring this up, trying to get a little more proximity on it, but it could go closer. It really needs, it really wants to be here. So I think it sounds pretty good right here.
You went really old school. Like you can't even afford to get this $19 stand and just put it on here. So I grabbed, actually, I think it was $13, but I got this, and this mic was given to me by Xingyu, and for what it was, I was pretty happy with it though, for a mic for, $19, $20. So dude, it does a decent job.
I got tons of those stands for my kick drum mics, but I'm painting and I went to go look for them and I realized it's probably in the corner where I couldn't get at it. And I just said to John, it's just no, I'm not.
It's about time you spend a little money on your setup, man. You know?
Stop it.
I mean,
stop it.
For
Stop
real.
it. This is for reals. This is my we're going back into our non-gear setup as we look at all the gear.
I think a couple people said we both sound pretty good though. I mean,
yeah, I want to catch up to that, but Brian, pants are always optional here. I appreciate that.
Really?
As long as you let me know before you get on the show. Oh gosh. I couldn't believe how complicated it got with only 2 letters. Yeah. 2 letters.
That's a good point.
This is hilarious coming from Roxanne. It's hilarious that I'm having as much trouble with her name as people literally changing my name on the fly today. So Doc Rod's like, I can't do it. Your name is Smitty.
It's Smitty.
And I'm like,
that's it.
That's fine. I mean, I really don't care what you call me. Jeff, Jeffrey, Smitty, idiot.
Just don't call me late to dinner.
Just don't call me John. And
J&J.
Like I said, J-A and the A is silent. I don't know how to make it any easier for you. That people will remember that. So I'm going to go with that.
Got a lot of people stopping in here.
Yeah, they're awesome. I don't know what to tell you. They want to see us crash and burn on this mic.
These people are awesome.
These people are awesome. So, I want you to, hey guys, look, I know this is not a great comparison, but if you want to drop in which mic you think sounds a little bit better to you,
right?
Do that. Just remember that this is my stream and I have control on chat.
Also, just discount my incredibly great voice.
And also remember that John is usually wrong and he's always mean to us. So I'm just saying.
That's true. That's true. So I'm a loser right off the bat.
Right off the bat, he's a complete clown.
There's only one person that'll be my friend if I'm mean. It's like probably Dancy and Doc Rock. That'll be it.
Nah, I talked to them. They're really not your friends. There's a lot of playground stuff happening there. So I have the Samson Meteor mic. It is a little bit more than John's. $64 still. I mean, it's
wow.
Not, it's a little more than you think. So, it really has the same components on it. I mean, there's really not that much. You have the monitor. I can monitor it and hear everything really fine and control it. Got a mute button built right on.
But is yours volume or gain in the back there?
Mine's volume, not gain.
Okay. So I win pretty much.
I'm ending the stream. No, but here's the thing. You don't win yet.
Oh, no, of course not.
Mine folds up.
Oh.
So, and I got a little case for it.
Wow.
So I got that going for me.
Mine's got a cell phone built into it.
And yours probably didn't come with a nice cord. And
no,
look
it did.
down. I want you to look down here.
Right.
So you can see what real reviewers look like.
Oh, am I in there too?
No, you're not in here. See, like this guy, really good. Not like that last guy we saw. All right, whatever. It is more expensive though, so it's quite a bit of difference in.
Yeah. Well, what does yours feel like? Does it feel like, because this thing is total plastic? Okay.
Oh no, this is heavy metal. Like it's beefy, man. Like
is it okay? Really yeah. So you get what you pay for. I mean, if you drop this on the ground, but I mean, I take care of my stuff. I don't really drop anything, and it's kind of like this is like the ZVE10 of USB mics. If you drop this thing on the ground, it's gonna break. So I'm just telling you.
Well, don't drop it on the ground. This one I have dropped on the ground quite a few times. And no, it is heavy. Like it's really all metal. Well, it feels good. I mean,
I think yours is definitely more sturdier. Mine is not something that I want to just go and take with me everywhere. Because it is so plastically. Like even this shield, this whole thing is plastic too. You can hear it. But the thing is, I think it does sound pretty good for what it is.
See, this is annoying me because John wants me. Okay, Brian, I'm just going to hold this up for a second until he responds.
Brian, do you hear Brian? He goes, John would sound perfect on 2 cups and a string.
I saw that. No. Yeah. No, you wouldn't. No, why would you say something like that and put that in his head? So seriously, he doesn't need that kind of.
I do feel like I hear a lot. These mics pick up like everything in the background.
I'm hearing a lot of transient kind of.
On mine or yours when you're monitoring?
Well, I feel
Yeah.
both.
Yeah, I can't tell on the stream, but if you guys hear a lot of background noise out there in comparison to usual, so just wondered.
I mean, I could find something to put this up here. It's where it needs to be, or I could put it on the boom arm. All right, let me put it on the boom arm while you talk for a second.
Really? You're gonna stop and do that because you care so much?
I'm a little bit vain about my mic.
Okay, go ahead. I'll talk for a while if you want me to.
I mean, it's okay. I don't have to.
I could tell a story.
I mean, I'll back up on. I'll back up, but so he says it does. It is bitter. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like
what?
Well, I asked him if this sounds better.
Oh yeah, there's
proximity,
no doubt.
and you can just. I mean, I can get right. Look at this. How does that sown? That almost sounds like I'm in the room. That's actually kind of crazy right there. I'm shocked. Yeah. I thought that would be overbearing. I mean, maybe if I was talking sideways like
these
this.
should be about 6 to 8 inches away from your mouth to sound as good as they need to be.
Yeah, I think. I mean, this probably is the more you'll fatigue here, but I mean, I think this is. I think this is probably where I need to be. Yeah, I could throw down that pretty quick. You know, I could do it while people watch. I don't care. It takes two. Who cares?
Okay.
Why does it matter? What are they going to do?
I don't know, but since everybody's here, okay, does everybody know who Zan the Man is? He comes in on our streams. He occasionally pops in on our streams. He's a guy that's been around for a while. He's the guy with the big smile, Zan the Man. Zan the Man is going live, okay, streaming on Facebook for his first time Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 8 o'clock, okay, our time, Eastern time. So if you're on the East Coast, 8 o'clock, 5 o'clock on the West Coast. And he's going to be really raw. It's brand new for him. He's not even putting anything up probably beforehand. He's probably going to go live. And so if you can catch one of those times where he is there, just drop in and say hello to him, give him some inspiration. He pretty much says, I'm not ready to do this, but I'm doing this. And so if any of you know that feeling and get the idea, because a few of you here have gone live and you know what it takes to get there. And, sometimes you do things before you're even ready. Well, he's in that position, but I give him tons of credit for doing that. Another thing is Ash is in here. I just want to explain to you, Ash, really quick. 2 times in a row, I tried to add you as a moderator for my streams. And for some crazy reason, it will not let me accept you. And so I tried to put you in there like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and then I tried to put you in tonight, and it, for some crazy reason, it just will not let me add you. So I don't get it. But anyways, I'm glad everybody's stopping in here. We got Todd in here. I got Brian Paul. You got Consistent Ash. Here's Patrick. How you doing, Patrick? My mom is in here, and I want to thank everybody. Dan C. Bearded is here, and I caught your stream last night, and you were rocking it. And at the same time, believe it or not, I had both monitors up. I was watching Dan, and then I was watching Tom and Sammy at the same time. Sammy, what's going on? And if you guys caught my stream on Thursday, we're going to have people just jump in there. I don't know how many people are going to show up. I just want to celebrate. And this is the whole thing. We're like chilling out, having a good time, have some fun tonight, not talking about anything serious. We're not talking about deep into equipment. If someone comes in here and asks questions, love that. Ask a question, ask what you want to be engaged, like what you want to talk about. I don't care. We can just flow with it. But I just want to, celebrate a little bit of, we're into 4 months for Jeff streaming this week coming up. I'm into 5 months. We kind of calculated Jeff is at around 100 hours of streaming in the last 4 months. And I'm in around about 120 hours of streaming. So it's been awesome. It's been an awesome ride, and it's you guys that have made the streams as good as they are, and we really enjoy that. And I have a lot of fun with it in general with all you. So I don't know, Patrick. It's Nightbot is not blocking Ash. I'm in the community tab, and you add your moderators there, and I have like 4 or 5 of them, and last 2 times I tried to add her, it just won't add her. I copy, I paste it, I hit enter, and it keeps on saying, cannot find. It is so weird. And so I don't know what's going on with that. And then Okay, so she says I had the same thing with Samantha last week. Yeah, I don't get that. That's really odd to be.
Okay, so
to be honest.
you wanna hear something funny?
Yeah. And
Um,
hello.
so the I'm on top of everything else.
So I think he's cutting in and out. I don't know what's going on with his stream. So
I
yeah.
don't know either. I don't know either. Am I on?
Remember, there's a lot of bad weather coming through the Midwest also, and it's going to be coming my way tomorrow. I'm supposed to get the brunt of that weather coming tomorrow. I'm supposed to, I believe, tomorrow we're supposed to get like about 4 inches of rain again this week, which we had a day of that last week. So the weather's been really tough and fighting that issue. But Dr. Elo is here. I tell you what, if the weather is nice, I might slip in tomorrow. I don't know because I have 2 things planned. If I could scoot out on lunch, I'm trying to pick up a 32 key Stream Deck for $160. Okay, that's close to work. Second thing is in the next day or two, because I saw B&H has the ZV-E10s in stock. I would like to hold one and touch one. So I might go right into B&H and just go and see how one feels. I'm currently selling 2 of my BMX bikes that I have, and I'm going to be selling a Cam Link that I have. And Jeff, I know I'm gonna reach out to him and see if he wants anything first. But then if not, it's going to be up for grabs. It's a 4K Cam Link, and if anything else comes up for possible sale too, I'll let you know right off the bat. I don't think. Oh, might be selling a pod mic, but Sammy would have first dibs on the pod mic. I just want to make sure he doesn't want it because he did tell me a couple months ago that he wouldn't mind picking up a pod mic. So I want to reach out to him, but if not, I may be letting a pod mic go also. So just keep that in mind. How you doing? Are you back? Oh, now you have no sound? Did you mute yourself?
Yeah, because let me just tell you, I don't know what's going on the internet because all my speed tests are awesome. So I'm not even getting a signal. So I don't know why there's weirdness. That doesn't seem to be on my end. But I mean, it's happening, but I don't know. It might be coming from StreamYard. So I tried to put this on the. It's not heavy enough. So
no, it's not. No,
so,
that's why mine's on this. If you go and put that, you'll have to make it loose. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to put it on a stand a little bit.
Well, I don't have a stand right now, so it's going to be what it is. So yeah, it should be closer. We all get it. Just pretend it's closer, and we're going to be fine.
Is there anybody else that I missed here at all coming in? Dan stopped in the beginning.
Yeah, let's get
Mr. Doma Gaming is here.
Yeah,
that's the great Mike. That great Mike.
That great Mike.
And and then remember when I did a review on this mic, we used to have that young kid, the gamer, come in, and he actually bought the mic. And
yeah.
And he actually enjoyed it. And so I did catch him streaming last week. I dropped him a message. I think he's either in college or something, and he's like, doing his thing. But it was nice that he picked it up, and then he told us that he's liking it for the most for a cheap mic. So that was cool.
Yeah.
And so Patrick, I think I sent you a message, Consistent Ash, come Thursday, right? This week is all about kind of like you were kind of off a little bit right now, but I was just telling everybody, like, we're just chilling. You're in 4 months. I'm in 5 months of streaming.
Yep.
We've been having a blast, learning everything and doing everything. And for the last couple months, I've probably met with 7 or 8 people, helped them get started streaming. Have had one-on-one sessions with them in StreamYard. One of the latest people are like, you need to start setting up something where you can be, taking this to the next level. And I'm not looking for that yet. I'm just looking for the path that's straight ahead right now. And but we're having so much fun doing everything, even though we're so busy with our lives during the week. We're going to keep up with the streaming, and Jeff and I are having a blast. And we just thought it'd be fun to just come in here and not be so serious about much, because we really dove in deep. Like, if you go back and look at some of the stuff that we've been, diving through, it's been really some serious stuff.
Yeah,
and then
we did dive into some
yeah,
stuff.
and some of it has been like, some of it has been kind of like what I've been seeing popping up, which is like people like Peter McKinnon,
Yeah.
right? And Maddie Hapoya, and what's his name that we were talking about last week?
Is that Matt Davella?
Matt Davella.
Yeah.
All of these big YouTubers, not with hundreds of thousands, with millions. Everybody is at 1 million or more.
Yeah.
Has been saying that they've been burning the candle, and they have not been treating themselves nicely. They have not been taking care of themselves, and they're getting burnt out. And so we discussed a lot of this lately about that happening. And I just want to say, like, guys, just take it with a grain of salt. But if you're feeling this way and you're feeling like, everything's been a daunting task, everybody's been on the same level. And we're talking about the best people on YouTube. So take it, take that information in. Don't punish yourself about it. And we're just getting started. So keep on trucking, keep on going, no matter what it is. It doesn't have to be, you could take a breath and then you can come back. It's okay. Trust me.
I don't trust you, but okay. No. I mean, I'm just taking a light moment on it. It's true. And I have seen quite a few people talking about this subject lately. I dropped into Doc Rock this morning and
right.
Saw that. And again, everybody just tooling around. I've noticed everybody's kind of having this discussion, which I feel good because we've talked about it. And I've gone down these streams of saying, this is why I'm trying to set up certain systems and processes, because I know there's a burnout coming there. And if you don't do it, and it was interesting because Heather Ramirez had on Jared today.
Yeah.
And he speaks to that directly. It made me feel, okay, that's good. Because his point was, yeah, you need to do that. And you need to set up, maybe do that, shoot 2 or 3 things, have yourself a little buffer in the can, so you can walk away from a week and not feel like you're not doing stuff. So I feel like that is good. And of course, then we had discussions with Doc Rock about don't get so much into that again, we talked about that you're making excuses for not getting things done. It's a tricky tightrope.
Yeah.
And I get all that. Yeah.
We talked about it last week before we watched anybody's streams. We talked about it 2 months ago, because here's the truth of the matter is we've all felt it. Ash was talking about it a couple months ago herself before, she went through a little rough time. I've been having a rough time. So we all have situations, and it's all how you handle it. Don't put that ton of bricks on yourself. You can take a breath, you can enjoy yourself. And you can, even if you're just live streaming, just go out there and live stream. Or if you haven't tried that yet, maybe that's what you need. Maybe you need to reach out to your group. If that's not what you don't need, then maybe you need to spend time with your family for a week. I mean, that it's okay. It's okay.
I thought about this a lot today, and a lot of stuff that I caught today kind of hammered home some of the beliefs that I really believe in. And that is, as Heather says, your passion has to be your energy for all this. And of course it does, because that will dictate whether or not you really enjoy this journey. Because the truth, and you'll find that out, because you're not going to find it out when things are going well. You'll know if you enjoy your journey when things go into the chasms. And that's when you really find out where your passion level is. And that is your energy. And so I really like that. And I think it just keeps coming back down to that.
Yeah.
Journey, and where you're at with all that.
It definitely comes down to that. And it also is it's about taking that ride and being true to yourself, making sure that what Jeff was saying, right, is just making sure that here's the thing, right? You could be rolling on with your channel, and then all of a sudden you're stuck, okay? And you're like, man, the content's not coming. Things aren't flowing as much as they should. And you can't just, you got to think, okay, what can I pivot to before that? Like if you've only gone a couple months and then you find yourself straining to find things and you're pivoting towards types of things that you're not really, you know, you know, deep into, you're going to find yourself having to pivot again. You have to be able to niche down and feel comfortable about where you're going with your streaming. And if you're not looking that far ahead, then you better stop and start looking that far ahead, because it's going to catch up to you really quick and you're not going to know where to go with it. Um, and if you've ever been there, let me know. Say in the comments, like, I've hit that already. This is part of the reason what I started, like, JA's got Jay Smith, right? Very broad. He tells you in his trailer what he's going to cover and what he wants to go over. And then if you take a look at Coffee Talk and Tech, it's basically, I leave it very broad where I could talk about tech and not get, the coffee talk part is, because if you guys know about Coffee Talk, it's basically just sitting down and enjoying yourself and having a conversation. So whatever the conversation may be, it is. But if you look at my banner, it talks about, YouTubing and streaming. So it's a very broad topic when you break it down. And I want to say hi to the people that jumped in here. Heather Ramirez. Hey, everyone. Jeff is having some problems with his internet right now.
I am. And I don't know what's happening here, so I appreciate the. Did we cover this information that Roxanne was asking about?
No, we didn't cover that.
We should at least touch on that. I feel bad that we didn't. And I'm working on the Wi-Fi. I apologize for.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. Well, I mean,
we didn't cover this at all. So she's asking, like, why? How do we balance it between the both of us? You want to answer, or do you want me to?
Well, it's one account, so to speak. I mean, I have my StreamYard account, and John gets the link. I don't know if you know how this works, and he's just coming into that link. So we're going into one central account, I guess, to lay that out the best way I can. To balance out the co-hosting, I think what she means is because we do Tuesdays and Thursdays, maybe. So
no, she means everything. Like, why? Like, what's going on? Because you both work together. So what's the deal? So
well, you have your own account for Thursday, so I come on your streaming.
Yeah, I think she's just talking YouTube even.
Yeah,
okay, because she does. Yeah.
Well, so I mean, all right.
We got two separate YouTube accounts, and we decided to collaborate a few months ago. So I started out by myself for 1 month. I met Jeff in a streaming, group. And then I decided, him and I kind of hit it off, and we decided to work together to start live streaming. And it's like, I know some of you guys are new, and this conversation will be had more times than we probably feel comfortable repeating. But you got to know this is that I am not a person that's like ultra comfortable with working with somebody else, because I like to have full control of what is going on in front of me and where the road goes and how to handle those things. But just something about Jeff where we hit it off and I felt comfortable. And slowly, if you look at last week's stream on Thursday, Jeff and I basically talked about me giving more of myself so I can be open more to everybody. And I want to feel like, that I can trust somebody on the back end, and which is like, Jeff has been great as a co-host. He has a different view of things. And I'm more like Doc Rock is. Like, me and Doc are probably close to the same age. I say it like it is. He does. If you don't like it, then that's not me being authentic. I have to be myself, and it's only right that I can be myself. Otherwise, I'm not being true to myself and to you guys. So Heather's saying, "Oh, that's awesome. Your dynamic totally seems like you've been longtime friends." And we haven't. We just started months ago. But you know what it is? When you meet people like Heather, I knew when I met you, and I knew when I started watching Tom, that this was a different type of thing that I was looking for. I remember watching Tom in the beginning. I'm like, who is this dude? Like, he's going over stuff, but he's not going over the technicals. But then all of a sudden, a couple of videos down, he's going over more of the technicals, but he's laying it down like a layman's person. Like if you and I picked something up, this is how we would relate to it, using the words we would understand. And I was like, dude, this is exactly like how I feel like it should be more, where anybody can just go and watch that video and get the gist of, like, is this product for the everyday person? Kind of like, Patrick has everyday tech. It's like, it doesn't work for us, not just the top 2% or 3%. And so I kind of feel like Jeff is, I call him my word guy. Jeff has got an elegant way of speaking to people, and he uses words that I've never used before. And then there's me, which is, I'm straightforward, about as honest and raw as might get. It might hurt, but I'm telling you the truth. So that's the way I feel. But yeah, so that's kind of like how, and we've been rolling with it. And I don't know, until Jeff or me feels like it's not working. But we talked about this recently, that I feel like even if we have to dial it back every other week, and as our YouTube channels get busier, that could be a possibility. Or maybe maybe this just grows like it is. So we're going to see where it goes.
It'll be interesting to see. It will end up being like a TV or like a YouTube married couple. And I just have, I have this picture because I watch Heather and Tom do their thing. I can see our dynamics where I have to sit by you and go, John, it's okay. It's okay. I know. Yeah. I'm sure we'll be fine. We do that already now. So I think that's part of it, and probably why people go, oh, you've only known each other for so long. You know how it is. I mean, you meet people that you feel like you've known forever. And It's very easy, although it is rare in these days. It's very difficult. And so, I'm grateful for that, of course. But what is going on here, John? And you know what? I'm so sorry about the internet. I don't know what's happening. Must be something in my neighborhood. So, John asked me first and asked me about the pod mic.
Okay, so Sammy's going to have first ops, and we'll see if he wants it. Send me a message, Sammy, if you're interested in a pod mic still, and then I'll reach out to Patrick, and then I ended where Heather was, and above that, Dimebag Darren says that they both have full producer control using the same logins, that is not true. We both have separate accounts. I think Jeff was just not understanding what the question was, but we have separate accounts and we do everything separate. We're just collaborating as two different creators.
Right.
I
guess you could do that. I mean, it probably at some level, I guess that kind of makes sense, but it's never really been an issue where we're like, oh, I think we kind of enjoy the day off of not having to be producer. So, you come on Tuesdays and you can be just more into the chat. And there's something about that where I know we talked about where you can be a little bit more invested and present in the chat and have conversations and things. And then on Thursdays, I do the same thing. And I kind of spend a little more time in chat, and just have to be careful not to get ahead of people and do, some weird things. What's this here? When you letting guests up? Does he mean when are we having guests on? Was that question? I think I'm not sure.
Oh, so I think he's talking about, because I told people about Thursday. So basically, So basically, it's it's really going to depend on how busy amount of people that we have coming in on Thursday. But I think I could take up to about 10 guests, but I'm not looking to have like 10 people at one time. I want to have like maybe 2 people at a time, talk about some stuff, and then pull off, and have a couple more people on depending on how it gets busier. But it's really just about, I want people to jump on there and say, hey, do you remember how we met? Do you remember how we came together? Do you remember the first time? Because some really cool stuff is, I was looking through the old streams, and like the first time Robert came from Spoke Audio and made a comment on a stream. Then I saw Aaron under another username in YouTube came in and made a comment on one of my first streams.
That's right.
And and then it's just like Consistent Ash, where we met. I met Consistent Ash on a Think Media comments. There was comments, and I made a comment, and I commented on her comment, and that was just it. I mean, I just don't want to forget, and I want to have some fun with how we kind of all came together in this, this area. See, this is gonna make you want to do what you need to do, which I've been telling you for 2 weeks, which is, it's going to be coming. So you better put the words in and the blocking and all that. So listen, if you need to, Jeff, all you got to do is go into your YouTube live, go into this stream, and then just put subscribers only. You have to go and hit customize.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I
Yeah.
see that.
So,
Oh, wait,
and
that's my cousin. That's
And so I'm going to do a stream about this probably the week after about what we need to do with your live streams to set them up so you can't get spammed. And I will go into a little bit more detail about that. And so this way we kind of know how to handle that kind of stuff because there's a whole process of how you set it up. And you know what's really funny is you got people that I've seen like a couple weeks ago, all of a sudden getting a lot of dislikes. And I wasn't sure if it was like specified at certain people. And then all of a sudden the dislikes started coming in for all these people. And I heard then there was big news on Twitch that these raids were coming in and just slamming all kinds of people. So
mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I had that happen one time, which is why I set up 4 or 5 moderators. And then from there, I went and did a bunch of other things like adding keywords to get blocked and Nightbot. And so that's what some of you guys have been experiencing me is getting that balance down of controlling it so it can't get out of control. So
yeah, we'll deal with that. Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, these people are always fun.
Yeah, that's not a big deal. I mean, we
No.
just deal. It's a good learning curve, though, right? To know.
Yeah,
what to do.
we get those in there, then you figure it out, and we'll get on to it. There's always a next step and a next step.
Yeah,
Just say hi, hit the like button, people.
that's it.
That's what Darren said. It's true. Just say hi, hit the like button. Yeah, I mean, you can do subs only, and I just don't have a lot of subs, so I don't. But yeah, I suppose
Yeah. But you can even have slow mode, so this way they can't comment every second, where it's like every 5 seconds, and then that kind of
yeah. I'll
there's ways to control it, and then not even
do?
that. It's just keywords, right? So you cannot even have any of that up if you just have keywords, and then they can't even post stuff up.
I mean, I like it when they tell me to shut up. I feel I don't know why, but it makes me feel good about myself. They always say that's when you've got something going on, and I'm fine with it. I mean, no, I'm not fine with the fact that we can't let it go, and we'll deal with that on my end. But how many subs did you have, and how many streams do you think you were in before because you got raided probably 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago?
Yeah,
so about a month.
It's already gone by. That was my 200, I believe my 250. No, my 400 maybe, where I went on and talked about like 400 subs or something like that. And so, yeah 4, 6, 8 weeks ago, something like that. And and then I thought it was like, it's kind of weird. Why does it just happen to me? Is it somebody that, we're connecting with or that they're after? And then I realized that it's happening to tons of people on YouTube lately. And it's also happening over in Twitch, where it's like really over in Twitch, it's off the hook.
Yeah, so, it's
been talked about.
I guess people just like doing it. We have a world of people need to be seen. So I don't know. I feel like people I think your mic better. If mine was a little bit closer, I think we'd be closer. But for 60, yes. But for $40 difference, no, I wouldn't do it. I mean, other than the fact mine maybe. I don't think it looks better. It looks better if it's on the table, but the problem is you say put it on stand. These things look absolutely ridiculous. They were made to wrap up, fold up legs.
Oh yeah,
put it in your pocket. So
but this one looks. I think this one looks pretty good.
Yeah, I know, but if I put this on a thing, it has to these wheel. I know I'm making noise. These feet have to be down in order to do it. It looks so weird.
Yeah. No, I know it's not perfect.
It looks like a proctology exam. Now you can get it does. It does. Okay. I'm just saying it looks a little bit.
It looks a little bit odd.
Yeah. So I wouldn't do it. Brian doesn't like to be modded because it will make him too powerful. Everybody want to spam your. Well, Brian in power. I mean, it's the same. Okay, let me be clear. I want to join you guys live and are hoping you will invite me one day. See, that's what he meant. I think that's what he meant by guest. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that. We have right now we have other people that we definitely have to set in motion. We've had Brian on a couple times, but we did say that we wanted to have Sammy on one night, and we did say that we want to have like maybe Robert on. Ash has been on. and I just want to have those few people, that are on, which reminds me of a hilarious story. If you want to hear this is really hilarious. I was on someone's stream recently, and I'm watching them as I'm streaming, and they tell me that that they noticed that I have members, the subscribers only on in the stream, and that they're currently not subscribed to me. So I was like, okay. And I was like, listen, I kind of feel like you're not doing me a favor. If you don't want to be subscribed to me, then I think that's great. Go somewhere else and get your information. But I'm not like, you're not doing me a favor, because I'm hoping that I'm teaching somebody something and that you're there to be taught. And if sometimes if people aren't teachable, then it is what it is. So, but yeah, I'm not going to call out any names. I'm not going to say anything. But if that's the case, then, you're the one that's going to be losing out, because I'm telling you right now, we're not stopping. So Jeff's not stopping. I'm not stopping. And we're going to make it to the finish line.
Yeah. And I mean, look, I think sometimes we say things we don't understand. We're not thinking it through in our head very well, but it is true what you say. Why would you say that? Just just sub in, and I the way things are today, if you really are interested, you should sub in, because people are going to these sub onlys, as we see with even just a guy like me who's really small. You get these people in here, and then you can always unsub if it bothers you or you don't really want to. I mean, that's the nice thing about the process,
Right.
Just give it a try, come on out.
But don't tell somebody, you fool. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
listen, if you will listen to what I'm telling you, you'll get better. Trust me. So I don't know what it's all about, but I'm just going to remind you people, stop comparing yourselves to other people. Stop worrying what other people are doing, and just mind about your own business and keep going forward. When you start spending time to see what everybody else is doing, you got to remember, everybody has different schedules. I will guarantee you that I'm busier than 90% of the people. Okay. So if I'm getting to just say hello in your stream, it's like amazing. So, cause I hit up, 50 streams a week. So it's me trying to reach out and be there for people. And it's not going to happen every week, but don't get butthurt about it. Okay. It just doesn't make any sense for you, because
now, is butthurt a professional phrase? Is that something you will find in a YouTube manual? Don't get butthurt.
Here's the thing. Like, someone's got to be realistic about this. And I'm the perfect person. So you have to understand that when we're all streaming, there's going to be nights that we stream against each other. Doesn't mean that, oh my God, we got to worry about this one, or we got to worry. No, just worry about yourself. You got to do what's best for you. You should be looking for your following. Okay. And then if I'm not your following, or you don't want to be following me, that's fine. So don't worry about that. Those are the types of things that, like, people will find the right people for each other. It will happen. So you just got to remember, Consistent Ash was on that stream, and she knows there, and probably Samantha knows, but no one else knows. And I'm not going to say who it is. It doesn't matter. That's not the point. It's just the point
you're just calling out maybe the YouTube etiquette of that, maybe a little bit.
It's an etiquette. It's like I've been trying to say to a few people is, give of yourself in the streams. Don't talk about yourself. Okay. Yeah. You come here to add to the stream. And if you keep on adding to the stream and not about yourself, you're going to be so surprised that other people are going to be like, hey, who's this person? Who's this person? Because I don't know if you guys get it, because we've been doing enough of these streams, and I've been sitting in other people's streams. When you're showing up on someone's stream brand new, they're like, what is this guy's intentions? What are they here for? We're going to find out in the next few comments. Are they there for themselves? Or are they there to contribute to the stream? And then as that stream goes on and you see the contributions that you're giving, it's other people are going to give back. It's a give and take. And you're in here for the long haul. So just remember, don't do that to yourself. So that's all I'm saying.
No, I mean, there's some good thoughts in there, on how to enter it. No, I mean, it's you. No, I mean, I was afraid for a minute, but I think nobody got harmed. I think we're okay. I mean, look, there is some truth. We all, I think, as streamers or people who go into chat, all these people I know do quite a bit. We all get there's a certain level of how you dance around when you get in. Usually, like you come in, kind of. It reminds me as a kid who moved like every year into different schools. I remember it's the same thing. I didn't go in there going, "Hey, everybody," just bouncing off the walls and kind of wearing all the weird clothes. I kind of chameleoned. I went in a corner, in a dark corner, like Deep Throat, just kind of hid there in my trench coat and kind of watched things, figured it out, made people trust me a little bit. Now you don't have to be that crazy in a chat, but I'm just saying that, you know, there's a little bit of a vibe in how you do it.
The way I said it, there's no one misunderstanding what I'm saying. So it's hard to misunderstand.
It was pretty direct. I mean, you know.
Right. But I mean, I just want to, it's really, I'm telling you because it has nothing to do with our stream. Okay. People are going to do what they're going to do. And you're going to have people come into your stream and do that stuff to you guys. It's going to happen. Okay. If you stream long enough, it's going to happen to you too. And you're going to have to handle that stream. Right. So we talked about having the comments pop up, and we were talking about how to handle comments a couple of weeks ago. And so if someone is not adding to your stream and or if they're just chatting on the side amongst yourselves, you have to see that too. If they're just chatting amongst themselves, cool, let them chat. You don't have to pop that up on the screen. But if there's a couple funny comments, you want to pop that. But if they're not adding to it and they're hurting your stream actually, or you feel like they're slighting you, don't pop that up on the screen. Don't give them that power. You know, so just Jason, how you doing?
Yeah, I wanted to say hi to Jason.
And Mikey's here.
Yeah, I'm getting to it.
See, sorry, I got a lot of energy today. Got a lot of
energy. You do, and you admonished me. You got all over me on third, and rightfully so. Because we get excited because when we're not having to go through chat and balance everything out, click the cameras. We kind of like to get ahead and scroll down.
That's right. You know, we both do it, right?
We both do it. We're both like, we can't. We're like, oh, it's December 24th. Let's just go open up all the presents like in the morning. We do that, and you know what? I think it's kind of cute. I don't have a problem with it. And well, your mom is aging us like with these kind of references. I'm gonna send you to the moon. Does anybody? I mean,
I did watch the Honeymooners a lot.
I did too, though.
All the reruns.
And we thought, God, that show had to be 100 years ago, and now you realize it was probably on as long as Friends was on ago. Right. And that's what's so scary about it, right? It's like, oh my God. Let's see. Here we go. I'm gonna pass on that. See, I'd say, okay, what's this? I don't know what this is. I'd say, you know how to fix that. Oh yeah, you're right. If people sub, they can. What's he say? If people sub, they can chat inside an hour. Otherwise, they can watch.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. No harm. I want to jump onto Patrick here quick because last week I forgot what I did. I screwed something up about Patrick, and I said to him, "Patrick, I'm gonna make it up to you. I'm gonna put you as a kind of a spotlight." So I did do it, and I'm gonna do this. I don't know if I'll do it every week, but I might. I just threw you out there because I said I'd do it, and so in my description tonight, I put you as a spotlight with your channel, and I wanted to thank you and let me use you this first week of doing
he just broke over 400 subs.
Yep, that was another reason. I think it was at 406 this morning when I checked.
Yeah,
and I thought, you know what, let's spotlight Patrick because it was a perfect timing. There's so many people here that deserve, and I want to spotlight. You know what, we're going to do that, and as we move into VMix more, we're actually going to have segments. We talked about that and do some more things. But you know what? I'm going to give Patrick his due and throw that. And congratulations on topping 400. Very incredible. And if anybody
along the way doing live streams as he was in California and coming back, and you know, Patrick's a good guy on top of it.
He is a good guy. So congratulations, Sammy. He's on this pod mic.
I have two of them.
Yeah, you've got multiples.
I have two, so I want to sell one.
So did you?
I'm keeping one. I love it. I won't get rid of it. I'm going to keep my one.
Question: did you see Tom's 2040 versus the pod mic?
Oh yeah, I actually watched it today, and I left a comment, and he got back to me on the comment, and he liked it. He liked my comment where he came from it, because I said something about the plosives, and I was like, wow, I noticed that first of all, the pod mic is not, even though it has a built-in. It has a built-in. What am I looking for plosives? A pop filter.
Like a pop filter. Yeah.
It's not good at all. No. And I said the 2040 sounds even worse. And the why it sounds worse to me is because that mic is more boomy. That mic has more mids, and so it sounds more pronounced. And so he gave me some feedback. He's like, you know what? I didn't realize that. You're right about that. It kind of felt that way. I don't like the mic on his voice better than the pod mic. I absolutely think the pod mic, and the comments are kind of like, listen, you're going to know when people know what they're talking about or not. Okay. When people start making comments and they start saying people feel, that, certain mics make you feel thin or not, like it doesn't. There's certain mics that make you sound, for your voice better or worse. Okay. And for Tom's voice, the pod mic versus the 2040, no, hands down, I think that the pod mic sounds better. And then it's kind of like Jeff and I. The pod mic sounds horrible for Jeff, and the pod mic sounds, I think, fantastic for me. So
I thought about giving it a shot on the Wave XLR just to kind of compare against these preamps between the Go XLR. I don't think it's going to be a huge amount of change.
No.
My take on it immediately was, I don't think that the 2040 is a terrible mic, but if you're going to compare the two, the pod mic was a winner in Tom's case on a couple fronts. And I mean, are you saying that you don't think a mic? What are you saying about the thinning? And you're saying frequency response can't dictate that?
No, it can. And that's the thing. Like, I feel like the 2040 makes it actually, because it sounds a little bit more like it has more mids in the lower part. I think it makes some people's voices sound more muddy.
We should pull up, like, what we should do. I'd be curious, because I don't know, like, yank up the frequency response on that 2040 and take a look. I bet it does have a weird, like, dip somewhere in that presence range that we would see, because something was weird about it. It just felt muddy, right? It didn't.
Yeah, it felt. Absolutely. So we didn't talk beforehand, and you felt the same exact way as me. Yeah. And I bet you someone like Robert would feel the same way about it too.
Yeah, so. And then Tom would get back on the pod mic, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is just, it feels so much better to me.
Right. And maybe Sammy would feel the same way too, because I just like it. Sammy, what did you think about that if you watched it and he's still here?
I think butthurt is a tried and true term. The old term is thin-skinned. Yeah. Is it? I don't know. I guess it's the same thing.
At some point that we got to be honest with each other. Yeah, it has to happen.
I mean, we can be honest. It doesn't mean we have to, like, there's honest.
No, but what I'm saying, being honest, right, sometimes hurts people's feelings a little bit. But being honest can also, it's not about hurting the feelings on purpose. It's about being able to take a educated look at yourself after that person critiques you. It's not like your crap is crap. It's like explaining how I could be better at something. Like
I tell people that you treat me well, but the truth of it is, this is not for cleaning my glasses. Every stream after we're done, we talk, and I have to use this from all the tears you bring out of me. And I mean,
I'm not for people that have to be, listen, I'm going to repeat exactly what Doc Rock says, but it's my words exactly too, is I'm not really for people that I have to hold their hands and carry them through emotionally. I am for people that want to get better. Okay. And are willing to take and do the hard work. That doesn't mean that I don't want to take time. That doesn't mean that I don't care. But the thing is,
Doc Rock, I watched him today, and but then he goes back and says about all these people, he just keeps giving, and then he's drowning because of it, because he keeps trying to help these people that they don't help themselves. So in a way, it's a little bit contradictory, because he's saying he doesn't.
Well, because we care. Like, it doesn't mean that I don't care.
No,
I care about people's emotional status. I care about all that stuff.
I feel like Doc will hold on to the person that's falling out of the rowboat more, and you'll be like, I just got enough. Listen, I'm playing with you.
Yeah. I was going to say, maybe from my words, you might feel that way, but
no, I know better. But you're expressing it like it's that way.
Yes,
but it's not really.
It's not really that way. But the truth of the matter is that, right? If you're trying to do something on a grand scale, and you can't sit there and spend 90%. Okay, let me break it down for you, right? If anyone's a teacher here, is that in the classroom, if you spend 90% of the time with one student that needs help and they don't want to have an aide in there to handle this, or there's a position that they could put this kid in for the betterment of himself and the class, then how is that teacher teach everybody else? So it's the same exact thing. It's like, I want to be there for people, but also I got to be there for a lot of people. Okay. And people don't really know, because I don't come on here and tell people, hey, I met up with so-and-so. Hey, I met up with so-and-so. And they don't come on here and they don't necessarily say it. And some of them do and some of them don't. But I spend a lot of time trying to help people behind the scenes, DMing, talking, meeting up on StreamYard, and on top of the time that you and I spend, right? And I do it because I love it, but I also got to feel like that person is putting their heart into it too.
Well, my answer to that, and I brought up today on the show, was when you're helping somebody, and I've run into some different things, not even just streaming, but the answer to me always is, or I tell people when I reach that point, I cannot care more about your issue than you.
Perfect.
Okay. You have to care at least as much. So if I start to feel that I care more about your project or your issue than you do, we have a real disconnect. And I think that's where I start to go, well, we're done until you can come back to me and care as much. So I think that's how I do it. And so that takes a lot of that onus off of me, where I'm just like, yeah, apparently you don't care as much as I do about it. And so we have to kind of just step back.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. We have to step. So what's Mikey saying here?
He's saying he's lurking as usual.
Right.
We like, because we like
What's up,
lurkers, stalkers, people that in the shadows. Good evening, my friend. Now, please describe what you mean by subscribers only. So in the chat, we can set up in the chat for the people that can comment to only be if they subscribe to the channel. That just puts a little more equity into the game. It kind of makes the anonymous thing a little less. Now, you could always obviously subscribe, come in, be a dork.
Right. Were you able to make that change tonight or no?
No.
Okay.
It's not, but it's okay. It's okay. I will get to it, and we'll deal with that.
So that is the one way to handle it. And then on top of that, you can also have what's called slow mode, which means that you have for as little as like 5 seconds to 60 seconds, whatever you put in there for people to comment. And that's to keep the spam down. And so, people realize that like they just can't throw things out there left and right. And it doesn't make any sense for them to be here spending that time. And so both of those things and just so people understand, lately people have been getting rated, getting spammed, no matter how big or how small they are. And it's something that's been going on now for 5 or 6 weeks. So it's
picked up. There's no doubt about that.
So this is like definitely something that everyone should take note of and learn for their streams to set up the proper precautions. And I think maybe next Thursday, that's what I might do exactly, show everybody what they need to do for that.
And I'll show everybody on Tuesday.
Right.
Wouldn't that be funny if this is how it goes? Like you tell like on Tuesday, you're like, this is what I'm going to do next. And then Tuesday I just show up and do
Tuesday, you do it. And then I'm like, and then I do the same thing. And I'm like, why are we having 2 shows? This doesn't make any sense.
I'm like, you got 48 hours to come up with something new and change your thumbnail.
That would be hilarious.
So someday I'm going to do that without telling you about it. So Lala, she's so sweet. So indeed, John, even if I'm not a tech person, I am finding now that tech talk is actually really exciting. So we brought you to the dark side.
Right.
And I don't cook, but I find myself liking some channels that feature cooking. Right.
Yeah. Right.
Absolutely. And so that's kind of weird how that works out. You start dipping into these channels and you're like, I don't have a beard like Dan and Brian and these glorious beards, but I love to go into Dan's stream, and check.
You know what it is though, too? Like, there's not anybody here that doesn't want to get better. Okay. So the thing is, you can get excited about being better. And then recently I had a couple people talk to me and I suggested a mic for them and mic positioning. And one was yesterday and one was yesterday. And they were like, wow, they were blown away. Do I sound that good? Yeah, you sound a million times better. And so, like, the thing is, I don't think a lot of people not everybody recognizes what certain things do. And so I've had people, and Brian would be a perfect example of this, right? And he does this with us because he's on another level. So he critiques us on a different way. We talk about our white balancing. And so if we're close, we're kind of close. We look okay. But some people are so far off in their white balancing. And then when we get them to a lot closer, they're like, do I really look that much better? And I'm like, yes, you look so much better. And so when you talk about these things, it's going to affect your streams. You don't really think about that it does, but trust me, it does. So that's what I'm just trying to say, especially the audio. Jeff, the audio comes first.
It does, and I'm working on that right now because Marlene dropped that my mic can be louder, and we've been struggling with that because of the proximity. And Paul, Brian, I'll be right with your question, but I've done something that maybe this is very, very sexy live streamy gear stuff that I just did. So I'm going to show you guys. Here it comes. What do you think? Is this?
Oh, that's good.
Is this right? This is
that's mic on box.
This is mic on box.
Mic on box.
I didn't want to bring this out because I'm doing a video on it, and I didn't really want to I didn't want to do it, but yeah, I mean it's $52 on Amazon.
The box?
It's an empty box.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's made specifically though for this Samson bullet mic. So you can see though it brings it up to the perfect height for my voice right now. I've run that stick as long as I could.
I think the best thing about this lower
say it
lens is that I'll be able to basically do my stream in the dark.
Which works for everybody. Yeah, this sounds like it's around $500. So I mean, what did we pay for the Sigma 16? $399?
I paid $275.
You got a deal, but the normal
I get deals. I'm going to get 100 of those.
I know you're like the guy got the coupons at the store. I get you, man. You applaud. I'm just saying, but the normal Sigma is around $4 though, right? New.
You could pick that up. You'll find numerous times throughout the year you can pick it up for $349. Yeah, and just make sure that if you buy it on Amazon, you're not buying one of those whatever market that is where you're not getting a warranty because
I was just trying to get a feel for this. Now the manual focus only thing, of course, but I mean, if you're looking for something that makes it look like a crop camera, look full frame, that is pretty interesting. But yeah, you're right. Probably could shoot that in the dark.
Right.
I hope he gets one of those and lets us know how that thing's working out. That's a pretty pimp daddy deal. Just Jason says we all have different content, but I find streaming's great for community vibe. It's really the only way you can, I think, juice a vibe in a community. You can, I mean, right? I mean, in a way, you have to have that interaction in order to really get to feel each other out and what the energy is and what people's values are.
It juices a vibe, but it also, if you got something to say, you're going to, like I said, keep on talking about the stuff you're talking about. And it's either you're going to find your people or they're going to find you, vice versa. One way or another, something will happen where it congeals. So it doesn't necessarily have to work out in the beginning, and you just keep on rolling with it and see where that ends up. But it will work out if you stick to your guns, and you won't be happy by making a change yourself. So you don't want to do that.
No.
So
Mr. Domagama says, I also do not know much about tech, but I really enjoy staying in your streams and learning something. And let's just circle back. So Mr. Doma, we are using our USB mics only. I do regret that I didn't get the version 2 of this box because it's black, but I'm going to go with my little stand-up mic box. It does help, by the way. This distance definitely is much
absolutely
better.
It makes it night and day.
And we wanted to see about the USB mics. Now let's just talk. We'll get back to some of this chat real quick, but let's talk about what you have to consider here if you're going to pull out from either using, the Gold XLR or the Wave XLR, which is.
Yeah,
I thought I muted myself, but it's not on.
Right.
I'm getting flinchy about that. Every time I read, it's actually muted. And what happened? And I immediately, once we said we're going to use the USB mics, my mind had to go churning because I'm like, that's going to mess some things up. We no longer have all these great audio threads that are put in that we can utilize. And
Yeah,
we don't
it
have
doesn't
that.
pretty up our stream.
Well, you can't granularly control things now.
Right.
I can't. What am I using? If I want to control, I couldn't even get music in here. I had to do, now that was a good thing to figure out with StreamYard. What I'm like, I'm not going to be able to have music with an overlay at the beginning. And then I'm like, well, they allow you to upload videos. So I'm just going to, I opened up my OBS. I went to the countdown thing with the timer and my music, and I recorded it. And then I uploaded the video, and I did the same thing with my outro. And I'm like, all right, problem solved. So it allows you to
just make a note. You couldn't do that. You couldn't do that 5 months ago.
Right. So that's how things are changing. And that I thought that was a great, I'm like, oh, that's really cool that we can, there are ways around this. And then the more I thought about it, I'm like, you can really, with a USB mic, and these are not terrible. Like this, if you do this right and you go into no, you can't go into OBS. We don't have a really way to juice up the the effects here.
I'm pulling myself straight in, but heck, you could go through OBS and just go virtual cam, and then you can put anything on here. Why?
That won't send out your audio. You still got to get your audio ball out. That's not gonna.
That's right. Your audio is being pulled separate.
This is the thing that people don't get. So the beautiful thing is OBS will send out the package from a visual, your video.
Right.
But what's beautiful about Goal XLR or the Wave XLR, it essentially does the same thing, but on an audio level. It takes all these layers of sound from your, let's say your music player or Spotify or your browser or video and your mic, and it allows you. And you can separate it, and then you send it out as a ball, but then you have all those individual input controls. Well, you don't have that when you do a USB, which again, that was what made the Wave mic, the Wave 3. That's what made that so good, because they came with the software that we use on the XLR.
And that's part of the reason why I laugh when I'm at Best Buy and I see somebody grabbing a Blue Yeti and walking out, because I'm like, do you understand? Like, if the Wave XLR, or I mean the Wave 3 USB mic works for you, it is like, why are you spending $110 for a Yeti when you can be getting that setup? It's like, it is a home run with that setup. And because I don't think people understand what it does. But if more people understood, then they would get that thing, because it's so much more versatile.
Yeah, it really, anyway, this whole little exercise really opened up.
That's why we're here, though.
Awareness again. That is true. And look,
that's what we tell.
If you just need a mic to do on Zoom, then there's no problem.
Yeah.
Get your Yeti. But if you are doing live streaming, there are so many considerations here when you talk about the layers. And I'll put it this way, from an audio standpoint, I talk about granular control. And basically what I'm saying is, when you're using a USB mic and it's like, okay, I can basically walk on the beach. That's all I can control. But when you have these other control factors, it's like you can control every grain of sand. So you just have a lot more of that godlike control on the audio.
You say the Wave 3 is for a streamer, but listen, that USB mic is made by Lewitt also, and it sounds great.
Yeah, about what I'm saying. Like that'll get you that will take you around. That's one of the few USB mics that puts you in the same position as an XLR with the XLR Wave XLR.
Yeah.
So that puts you in that position. But it was really eye-opening, because I'm like, you can get around a lot of things, but I was struggling. I wanted to bring in some background music. I just couldn't get it to work. Some vibe music, but I was able to get a nice overlay with music. So there's a lot you can do. I brought in my background. That's this background I created in Photoshop really quick with my little live, just something 2 seconds to do. I wanted to see what I could do really quick with just all these raw materials. And I'm like, you could do a hell of a lot. And that's the beauty of this.
Right.
There's a lie that you need all this stuff. I did jump into Samantha's stream tonight before I came on, and she was struggling a little bit with OBS. And
I thought it was me having problems. I wasn't sure, because I noticed that I lost her stream. Yeah. Yeah.
She was a little bit frustrated, as you would be. So she's going through some pain points and trying to figure that out, but she'll figure it out. But I hope she doesn't get too stressed about it and give up on it, because you can't, because she's right at that moment now of owning that and passing through that. So I didn't get a chance to stick around too long to kind of dig in, other than say hi and whatever, but I hope she did figure that out. Ash was in there helping her with that as well. You're welcome, Patrick. Thank you. You support like so many people. I was
Yeah.
happy to spotlight you. I said I would, and I'm like, I'm a man of my word, if nothing else. And in a way, it kind of pushes us more into this realm we want to go to. And sometimes you just need to just pull the trigger on these things, whether it's a segment. We love you guys, and you are the reason we are here. We're just a catalyst.
That is the key, and that's where I don't want people to lose track of what I was saying before. Is we're here because of you, and I'll do anything for these you guys here. Like I will. John, can you meet me up on StreamYard? If you're that serious about wanting to meet me up, just let me know on Saturday. I'll give you like 2 times where we can meet, and it may not be perfect times, but I'll be willing to meet up with you. It's just or I've given people my phone number and just texted me. But if you look me up on Instagram at Coffee Talk and Tech, you can DM me there. And so if you got any questions, and sometimes I'll bring Jeff and me in on that stream. I tried to get Jeff to meet up, and we met up with Steve Worthy. I met up with Steve Worthy this past weekend.
Yeah.
And we were just having a content creator talk. Steve is great. And so I tried to get all 3 of us. And what it really does is really upbuilds all of us. It really does. And so I don't have a problem doing that here and there. If people want to do something like that, Jeff and I were talking where we can have multiple people and just meet up. And that's something Jeff was bringing up. I think you talked last week. Eventually, when we narrow these streams down, right, like at an hour or so, about possibly having people jump into a StreamYard.
I want to be able to set
or Zoom.
We kind of give back. It's not even like this odd thing where like, oh, we're going to give away time. That's garbage. What we want to do is just, we want to be a part of solutions at a deeper level. So what we want to do is set up some kind of, support corner for J&J, and where we can, whether it's off stream or on stream, have you come in, and maybe we do segments where people come in, bring one problem, and we do that for a half hour, and they come in and they're like, this is an issue I have, get on stream, see if we can work it out. I don't know. You play with the idea, but just so we have an even more integrated way of working through a problem and doing something more hands-on.
And listen, we might be doing this, but I know, like myself and other people, there's on occasion that I pay monthly with different groups to get some of that stuff for myself, which is, at a certain level, I need a little more, or I want to give to a group that is, that they're on a different learning curve. And so I want to take in that knowledge and run with it too. I mean, the thing is, sometimes people can't be real comparable to you when they're huge, and I think they lose that relatability. And there's a few people that you see stop in here where it's Tom, Heather, you'll see, Dancy. They're about as relatable as you can get. So be thankful people like that even stop in here and say hi and contribute to the stream, because
that's massive.
They're being tremendously supportive to us. So
and that's something we would love to get to a certain level, so we could do that for other people, because I know that brings them joy, and we're such kids, it would bring us joy. And I would have to say hi to Giga Art.
Absolutely,
we have to give a virtual hug.
GG, what's up?
Is this more of a virtual hug?
Virtual hug.
Come on, I'm not. So is everybody insanely impressed with my stand for my mic? Is this really hot?
I saw somebody said something. I don't even know where it was. They're like, is the Stream Deck in there? Is that what came in there? An empty box?
I should have done that. I should have taken a Sharpie and wrote Stream Deck 32 key not.
Yeah, that was funny.
And have your name and your address on it or something like that. That would have been really fun.
I know.
Beautiful evening to you as well. That is really funny. I should have done that.
I noticed on Doc's Rocks stream today, he was like, you guys who went and bought that or whatever,
there was
not getting that money back, but we did. We got the money back.
There was probably like 10 heads in that chat who went,
that was us.
That was us.
Yeah, but I'm going to try to get it, because here's the thing. I don't fall for anything. I was like just hitting that button, because if it is, I'll be fine. And Amazon
I
always
know.
gives you your money back.
I know, but I felt again. I was the one who called. I texted you while you were
Yeah, that's all right.
in line at Hershey Park, and I'm like, I don't know. I didn't know. I felt a little bit guilty about it, But hi, Aaron, how you doing? I saw Aaron's recent, and he continues to do, I think, some crazy, awesome stuff. And I told him not too long ago. I just love his choice. I love his choice in music. Like
I
he
like
knows.
everything he does.
I know. And I agree. Like his visuals are so
Polished.
on, his voice, but. He's one of the few. I just really dig his music choices for some reason. I'm going to sneeze, but I'm going to try not to.
Yeah. And what's crazy is
he knows how to tell a story with music or support a story with music. And I dig that.
He was one of the first people that came into one of my first streams and just made a comment. And I was like, wow, that was so far back.
Oh, yeah, right. That's the mic. I remember having this conversation a while back. That is true. I remember Giga Art has this.
She said she has the same one.
Yeah. How does it sound? I think now that it's up a little bit more and I'm leaning into
it sounds way better.
I think it's a pretty decent mic. If you handle that correctly. Now I think the way to handle this is either you go get one of these $100 boxes from Amazon or maybe get a stand. But again, these are really, they're kind of weird because of the way they're not really made for it, but even though they have
it looks like it could be used as a weapon.
Yes, you could roll it up. It totally looks like one of those little bombs too. Like you fold it up with the legs, but they're really great for just folding up, taking with you remote and doing something, I suppose.
Now our stream is going to be watched.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Now we're on the watch list. Oh my God.
Oh no.
Patrick says, is that, oh wait, did I?
Yeah, that was him then. I didn't look, but
yes, this is the,
right.
Can you tell by how heavy it is right here?
Oh,
I can't wait to open it up and pull out my 80 key stream deck from Nigeria. I also put it on top of a box when I go live. See, I think it is an issue.
It is low.
It is low. And if you do need to have it, you do need to have it up and 6 inches away.
Yeah. But here's the thing, like everybody was so used to that. And then this last, year and a half, people realized, oh my God,
yeah,
a lot of people have improved their sound. So now if you sound echoey in anything, like even Zoom, people are like, dude, your mic is way too far. You know what I mean? 3 years ago, no one was saying that.
Yeah, when 90% of the mics were coming out of the cheap Logitechs or built-in laptop, cameras,
right?
Any step up, like this was just like magical. When I got this, even a year or so ago, no, I got this 2 years ago. People are like, "Oh my God," I'm like, "Yeah, it's not that big of a deal," but it was. And now it's people's ears are getting trained, and they're starting to figure out, okay, maybe not so much. But again, I have to say, I'm impressed with the ability to put out a stream with this cheap USB mics we have. This sound will do it. If you set it up right, get your right box, you're going to be okay. And
what size shoe goes in there? I'm 11, so maybe that box will be.
Well, this is not a shoe box. This is a Samson mic stand box. So don't insult my box.
That comes with the mic.
What's funny about this? I think this was. What was this? This is one of my, I keep all my boxes when I unbox everything. And I think this is just one of my like pod mic boxes or something. It's one of the boxes. I just
mic on a box.
It's a mic on a box. And it's very expensive. It costs more than the mic. I'm just going to tell you. It's kind of funny that other people to do it. So new glasses. Oh, this is hilarious.
So I said this earlier. So
this is funny.
I was frustrated because my glasses that I usually wear are reading glasses. I can't find them anywhere in the house. And so I had to wear my regular, I have like a black pair. This is a blue pair. I have
put them back on. Put them back on. That scares me.
And so this is my regular glasses, which I don't prefer to have. But
I got to be honest with you. You without the glasses kind of felt like you without pants on the stream. It just, I was very uncomfortable.
No one's used to that. Everybody has seen me with glasses for years and years. And years.
Some people, you notice the difference. Like
I'm a glasses guy.
I know, but you take yours off and it's a totally different dude. And it just kind of freaked me out.
Yeah. It's like a big toe running around.
It's like a toe grew legs.
It's like a toe. It's like you're watching a toe in front of you.
Running around my house, but he can't. But he runs into everything because he doesn't have glasses. and it's
The
just
blind
awful.
toe. The blind toe.
Yes, you look like a blind toe running
that's it.
around. And how is your toe and feet doing? You
Dude,
you fell down the stairs. Tell
I think
everybody.
I think I have one broke toe. I'm not sure, but
Yeah,
I'm
not much you can
I'm
do.
not worried about it. It's getting a little bit better, and so I'm gonna keep on rolling.
You keep on rolling. Well, I'm glad you're well. I've also fallen downstairs, and that's a terrifying moment.
I didn't land on my son. That was a good thing.
Oh my gosh. No, that's a very good thing. Yeah.
So I embarrassed my wife today. You want to hear this story?
Yeah, do that before I get into that.
Okay. So
Tell me
I had a doctor's appointment today.
What kind of doctor?
Just no, we moved, so I need a new, regular doctor.
I'm in that too. I'm in that too. Yeah.
Yeah. So I go meet up, and then my wife was like, she about to kill me today, but so we're in there, and I'm like, I guess I'm like half out of it because I had one cup of coffee in the morning and I was a little burnt. So the nurse is asking me all these questions. Oh, well, have you had any operations? Have you had this? Have you had that? And then they start asking me like, well, you're 50 this year. Did you get a colonoscopy? Whatever those things are. And then they're like, have you ever had your prostate checked? As soon as she asked that, have you ever had your prostate checked? I said, only at home. So.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh,
it just came right out of my mouth. I said, only at home. I said, only at home.
God.
My wife was sitting next to me. She's like, John, she doesn't even know us yet.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And it's a woman doctor. Oh my God. Oh
no, it was a nurse. It was the nurse.
Oh,
okay. And so the nurse goes, listen, thank God I do have a good sense of
humor.
Humor, right. And so she was like, she goes, I'm gonna be honest with you though. My relatives live in this town, she said, like a couple towns away.
Oh my God.
And she goes, during the holidays and when we get together, I tell the stories of all the people that the things they do at work. She goes, you're probably going to be on that list now. And I was like, okay, I get you. I go, I apologize. I just totally lost it right there. I just blurted it out.
Sometimes I'll be in that situation too. And I'm usually pretty good about keeping the voices in the head that I know shouldn't be let out. But there's always this moment where you're just, your energy's up or you whatever. And you say the words out loud and you think,
I couldn't believe they came out. I don't know where it came from.
You're immediately trying to grab them and shove them. And then you have your wife there. And so that's a whole nother world of oops. And that's a big one right there, my friend.
That didn't work out.
So, you've had better days. You've fallen downstairs. You've embarrassed yourself and your wife.
Yeah, I'm really hitting it off this week. Hitting it right out of the park.
Yeah. Yeah. I think what you need to do is slip inside the boy bubble, keep your mouth shut for the rest of the week. Don't say too much. Now, Thursday, you're going to, no, it's not. You can't do it. You're just a loudmouth. I say that with love. You know what I mean? How's the painting going? Well, it's funny you asked. It's going actually really well. I had to go back down today. By the way, I go to Ace. I think I'll go down there at noon, get some more paint because I need a ton more paint. It turns out, although that paint is serious paint, that paint is a one coat and done. Holy
Dude, it's really good paint.
I never have had a paint that would one coat and done. I'm like, that's not going to coat. I think you said to me, no, man, you probably do a one coat. I'm like, no, you can't do a one coat. You can do a one coat.
Yeah. If it's a really dark color, my wife will refuse to do one coat, but if it's a lighter color, you do it. Yeah.
It worked out. I can't find I haven't seen any bleed through, so I'm not going to do it. Anyway, the painting's going really well. I love it. I'm excited. I've got all this done there, all behind me. I got to move all this stuff so I can start from there and finish up. And then I have some other things. And I'm really excited about it. It's looking great. I love the choice, and I'm scoping out where I'm going to create a couple different pods for my views that we all discussed about. So I'm excited about that.
Right.
What I did realize is I have too much stuff. So I'm trying to minimize that down, but I have a lot of drum sets and things. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I may have to take over some space somewhere else, like a craft room or something.
It's going to happen.
So the painting's going great. I just want to finish it because I'm excited, but it's one day at a time. What is this? Mr. Doma? Oh, okay. How you doing? They're doing great. I'm going to tell you right now. They're doing great.
Doing great.
They're doing great. I don't know what to tell you. Let me find one that we can read here that I want to, they're talking, Mr. Doma's like, hey man, I'm good. And then I'm just going to skip that.
Right.
And it's hard because sometimes I love that they're having these conversations, but then your eyeballs go insane. And I know you've run into this because that's when you fall into a trance on Thursdays. And I'm like, John, just read something. And then you're like, I'm looking. She's just saying hi to everyone. I've been here since beginning, but just preparing for my crafty stream tonight. So I had posted something a little bit on personal Facebook today.
Wait, vertigo is still kicking in.
Wow. You have vertigo? I have some vertigo issues because of inner ear problems.
I have some vertigo later. I'm sorry. It was, see? That's so... That was a great one, though. You got to admit it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We're gonna have to start ranking. Like we should do. Like, how many out of 10 is that pun that John just laid on us?
That one was good, though.
That was pretty good. You did great. Yeah. So anyway, meanwhile, people are suffering from vertigo, but your pun was a big hit, by the way.
Now her was it her grandson was sick last week too? No, Lala's.
I thought. Well, was it
her son? No, her son.
Her son was sick.
I think so.
We had a couple of those because Todd had a sick son too recently.
Yeah.
And
I think that's what maybe someone's asking about. I'm not sure if it's for him or for her. I missed that part, but I hope her son's doing good.
I'm not exactly sure because somebody up here was like, I saw ibuprofen is kicking in. I'm like, what's going on in chat? Are you guys well? Are you okay? Are you guys okay? John's going to doctors, having a colonoscopies, and I had my colon. You want to get reals? I hit 50 and they're like, oh, you have to have a colonoscopy. And I'm
right.
Like, no.
Did you get it done?
Man. Yeah, I got it done.
They said it would take 5 minutes.
5 minutes? What are you talking about 5 minutes? They got to put you under, bro.
No, I want to be awake.
Really? Do you?
Yeah. I told them if they can do it under an hour, that'd be great.
You're going to put a time limit and force somebody to rush while they are looking in a very intimate spot for you. That's what you want. We want to pressure the doctor to move faster.
What I did was I booked it for February and the first week, and then I booked another one the second week in case I like it. So this way I can get 2 in a row.
This is why you have issues in public with your wife. This is why she's not on this is why your lovely wife is not on the stream tonight, which is the first time. And I don't think it's
she's getting busy. And by the way, if there's any teachers here, which is my wife is a teacher, everyone's going back to school and starting, school very soon. And I give props to everybody. Right? Either if you're private school, some of them started already out here. If it's public, they're going to be starting full time, but the teachers are going back, for a couple of days before starting work. And so I just want to give props to all the teachers. Thumbs up. It could possibly be another rough year. And so I just wish.
I love that. I totally agree. And I spent a lot of, I've not taught in that way, but I spent a lot of time in the school systems doing some pretty large school projects, year-long projects. And you get to know the teachers and you get to know why they have things in their desk drawers. And I got to tell you, there are certain jobs, whether it be nurses, first responders, whatever, teachers, like there are certain jobs where I think to myself, I need these people around because there takes a certain special someone to do these kind of jobs. And teachers is definitely high on my list of heroes because that is a big deal to me.
We got to catch up.
I know I'm working on it.
Way behind. We better.
We're not that far behind. Okay. Just heading out to pick up Lily. So now we're getting into personal.
Right.
I hope you have a good time picking up Lily. I'll step into you guys' streams here again soon. Maybe I am missing people. I am. You're right. I am behind.
Yeah. I was like, get a move on.
Brian. This is why I love Brian. He's been a little quiet tonight, but he'll step in and just say things that makes my life worth living. Brian's one of those guys where I was like, Brian, you had me at hello. I think Jay's mic looks like it would wipe your memory if you click the button. It does have that vibe. You know what it does? It's like you doing the whole what was it? What was it called? Men in Black. So yeah, I was like looking to the mic.
Ding.
Good catch there, Brian. That's a Love that. You guys
That
are
is
so talented.
great
You guys
movie,
are so
too.
talented. Johnny, Aaron wants to know which camera you're using for your left-hand angle.
That's a ZV-1 right there, but I have a Ulanzi 16 millimeter lens on it. So the ZV-1 with the 16 millimeter lens.
So ask me what one I'm using for my side angle. No one ever asked. I want
74 again, Kodak.
Shut up. You need to be quiet more on stream. I feel like your mouth moves too much.
Sorry.
So I'm just kidding. So yes,
He's
this is
kidding.
that. I'm not kidding. So this is that lovely mic on a box that I got from Amazon. And I wanted you to know you're seeing it from an A5100, which probably should have been put 6 feet under years ago, but I have it. I'm using it. But I'm using it on the $19 HDMI interface. So that's it works fine, right?
Yeah.
I mean, $19 and A5100s, probably get one for $300. Hook them up. It's got a little zoom on it. Look at this. Got a little zoomy on it. You know, you can get look what you get. You get the llama in there.
Oh, yeah.
John's falling asleep. All right, fine. I'm moving. All right, shut up. God, you are so bad about my llama. Yeah. Aaron says nowadays tech is getting cheaper and better, except for Apple and Samsung. Yeah.
More expensive.
So yeah. Okay. Can I complain? We're on a tech station, so I can complain, right? I love that I asked that on my own channel. I have a Samsung S20 phone. That's not the problem. The phone works fine and whatever. It wasn't any more expensive or cheaper than anything else. I love the phone, but I was been with Sprint for like 20 some years. And these morons hooked up with T-Mobile, and now T-Mobile and Sprint. Oh my God, that's loud, dude. Seriously, that hurt my ears. So T-Mobile hooked up and they bricked my phone with a new SIM card where I literally can no longer, when I leave my house, use my phone for text or get online. I've been working with them forever to fix this problem. And
it's been 2 months already.
Yeah. And I got a guy, I get in touch with the people down there. I'm like, and you know what he says to me? He goes, well, they must have sent you the wrong SIM card from the warehouse. I'm like, I can't even, what am I supposed to verbalize to this? And then, he says to me 2 months after the fact, he says, well, you should have kept your original SIM card and you could have put that back in.
Yeah, no, that's what I would have done too.
Who's keeping their original SIM card? You're a complete goof. No, no one keeps theirs. No, they tell you to get rid of it. You should get rid of it.
Yeah, so no one steals it, but you
right.
Just in case.
But it's not, when you send me a SIM card and you say we have combined, right? Yeah, I'm getting angry now. And now we have
Steve Worthy right there.
Now we have 5G every 3 steps that you take because of T-Mobile. But now I cannot even send out a chat to John to tell him to buy another XL Stream Deck. How am I supposed to tell him when there's another scam on? And you tell me it's my fault because you sent me a wrong SIM card from the warehouse.
I'm sorry, Steve. And Zan.
I'm getting to it.
And Sammy.
I'm kidding. Sammy, he's fine. Sammy's young. He's going. See, it's a great stream. We're gonna be fine. What's this?
It's my mom.
Department, John. You can tell us. Okay. Oh, look good. She's. Oh my.
Right.
Well, yeah. Anyway, I think we all know what the problem right now with the strife is there. And yes, he did say without skipping a beat because John's filter is not great.
Right.
Zan.
What up, Zan?
Zan calling us gentlemen almost makes me feel guilty. Like, I feel like he's a gentleman. I feel like we are an understudy of gentlemen. We're not really quite there yet. Like, Zan would be maybe the Grand Poobah at the Flintstones, like Rotary Club. And then you and I would be like noodlings. We're not quite gentlemen. We're not evolved enough to be gentlemen.
2 things. Zan the Man going live for the first time Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. Check it out. Second thing, Steve Worthy, I think, was supposed to have a video come out today, but I did not see it. So I know it's coming out soon. So stay on the lookout for YouTube. So remember, Zan's streaming on YouTube. Not usual for him. This is the first time.
Yeah, that's right. He was on Instagram. That's right.
He was on Instagram. He's been doing stuff on Instagram. Zan the Man. He's doing this on YouTube. So give him some props if you do. Check him out. And then Steve Worthy is he's always on Facebook and YouTube, but he's doing a new YouTube video. So be on the lookout for that because I know he brought that up.
And Steve, I'm sorry I missed you over the weekend. I had a workshop I had to do, but we will all three get together and raise a beer at some point. And he's asking, what in the world is in front of you? So,
right.
This is our USB mic night, and I'm using the Samson Meteor mic, which not bad. However, just to get you caught up, Steve, the mic when we started out was down here, and as you can tell already, not maybe the best. And so I wanted to raise it up, so I went and got my mic stand box that I got at Amazon. It's only $50,
right?
And so this came with the mic for the stand because you would want that, and you can tell it's a little bit more proximate and a little bit better sounding. So we're having this little USB mic night to see about going back to our roots, so to speak. And it's been an interesting as someone who had a host doing this, and I'm so used to being able to just get in OBS, use our little Wave XLR or Go XLR and route everything. This was a little bit trippy to go back and deal with it, but so I'm actually happy how it turned out.
In this year alone, right? So I never had a mic before this year. So this year I started out with a USB mic. And if you look at my, first videos, that's what I was using, this USB mic that I bought. And it took me about 3 months in or so. And I bought that, mic I showed you guys last week, the BM800, which the Zing U model BM800, I've had the thing for over a year now. It's been flawless. You can't drop it. You drop it, it's done. But
right.
But the thing is, it's like $18 and it sounds good for what it is. And you know what? If you don't have a lot of money to start, it's a good way to start for an XLR mic, just to drop like $18 for it. And but now, I've moved up the ladder slowly, trying to better ourselves. But I just wanted to get back to it because sometimes we lose focus and kind of we're like, want to have fun this week. So I was explaining we're just having fun, kicking back because we're end of summers here. We're all chilling. I want to say, like, look it, guys, we made it. We made it to here, right? We all been working our butts off. We've been making videos. We've been learning how to stream. We've been learning something new. But we're here. We're still here. We're still moving forward. We're still kicking butt. And so let's just have some fun this week in our streams.
As the great Elton John once said, "I'm still standing."
I'm still standing, man.
First of all, hi Samantha. And I was told everybody I did step into your stream. I will catch you more on replay. I know you were trying to get that OBS working. I hope that worked out for you. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
I actually tried to catch her before stream too. I thought it was my internet and I didn't realize it was her stream. Okay.
And I'm not sure why he's saying this, and I'm afraid to ask unless he's noticing the background and it's kind of bare, and then it's because I'm painting. I think he knows that. So I'm not sure if he's saying that, or maybe he's talking about my new mic minimalist approach to life, which I'll be excited to go back to my XLR. But this has been a lot of fun. And again, for me, I think it's good to do this because when we had to go back, there are some new additions to StreamYard that kind of make this a little bit easier, more palatable. And again, being able to bring in my video that I made for my intro with the music was a big deal to me because I didn't want to not have that, but there was no way of doing that. And so I did that, and I did it the outro. So if anybody's here on the outro, you'll see that. Not that it matters, but I could play it for you, but what's the point? Let's see here. There was something down here that got my yes. First of all, hi Cashew, how are you doing? And John has an appointment at Jiffy Scope. I like that.
In and out.
Do you get like a sucker, like when you go to the dentist? I didn't get one. Now I did get put under when I had my colonoscopy. I don't know, this idea of staying awake is just ridiculous.
I know some people that do, and then some people don't. So
no one even asked me if I had a choice. They just said, you're just going to go under. I'm like, all right.
Oh, because they looked at you and they're like, this guy's going to go under. He's going to squeal like.
I have that look that you have to put me under for a colonoscopy.
He's never been to prison, so this is not going to work out easy for him.
I actually played in prison twice. That's a scary.
You made it out. You're lucky.
Dude, that's scary. Like the way you think all prisons, whatever, it'll be, then you get into in the real deal when they open the doors and then they do that whole thing and they get into your business. And then you start seeing people walk around that are it's like, good Lord, this is not funny at all. Like, it's pretty spooky.
Prison.
And then they're like, No, I know, but I mean,
This
it's
is
just
not
weird.
prison is not funny, people. No, it's not.
I thought it'd be a little more enjoyable.
3 hot meals a day.
You know, they get a cot, they get
Wow.
friends. They have a lot of friends. They have free time to play checkers and work out. I thought this is
Oof.
going to be and then the guy is like, here's the deal. They might try to be nice to you. Don't fall for it. Just no.
Right.
They're trying to
Right.
like,
They're trying to get money out of you for protection.
they're like, you look gullible, son.
Exactly.
Yeah, they know me. Okay. So yeah, shout out to all those teachers for sure. There absolutely no doubt. I mean,
Right.
look, by now her head is going to pretty much fall off. She's probably been shaking it so much since she's,
pretty true.
Kind of got here. So I think
that's pretty true.
I mean, or her neck is very loose. So, you got that going for you. What's this? It's not freaky until they start to shut the doors behind you. I'm thinking it means prison. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, either that or school.
They start clanking the doors and sliding them behind you. Like, there's no hell way out of here. I mean, and then they're like, yeah, they're not going to clap. They do the snaps because it's the whole thing where they believe if they clap, it gets the energy up too much. So they only get allowed to snap their fingers and stuff. Right. It's like, oh my God, get me out of here. You mentioned something about, Aaron says, about having I agree. Yes. And then why I asked, your studio and lighting looks great. Well, first of all, thank you, because that means a lot, because I admire yours. As does John, by the way. I do feel like I have too much stuff. And whose stream was I in? It might have been Tom's, actually. Somebody's stream recently talking about, but bottom line is I'm tired of tripping on things. I don't know about you guys, but there's a lot of cords and a lot of things and a lot of stands. And I already had a lot of stands, a lot of things, because I was already told I have a lot of drum equipment and percussion equipment, and I do, and sound. So the truth of it is I'm really enjoying as I pare down and minimalize. So I'm trying to compress as much as I can. I get overwhelmed when there's so much stuff. And I actually, as I've gotten older, I've kind of gone with more of the minimal vibe. Your mom's like, hey, great side angles, John, Jeff. I'm going to put mine on. Hang on. Although mine doesn't have, I don't need that one. You're such an ass. I can't believe you did that. Oh, fine. Then I'm going to switch. Then I'm going to switch back to, okay. You know, I'm going to answer that question. All right. Now, there we go. All solved.
This will give me a break time.
You put your feet up and stuff. Mommy says, Aaron, I love your latest. I enjoyed his latest video too. I really did. And yeah, he knows, because I put on there. I'm like, I just like, as I do my videos, I really, music tells such a story. If you put the wrong music, did anybody here like Dances with Wolves? And the reason I love that movie with Dances with Wolves, the sound score in that is incredible. I often think,
I remember that movie. That's a long time ago.
It was, but if you go back and watch Dance with Wolves and you really
1990.
And you pay attention to the music score on that, oh my God. I think about it sometimes thinking, what if Star Wars didn't have the John Williams score that it has? What if it had like the Benny Hill song? Or I don't know, like they really cheaped on the music and just had like terrible piano music or something. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you could have really screwed that movie up. It's such a staple of that.
Right.
And oh my God, can you imagine not having that Darth Vader, that song, that particular clip of his behind him? Yeah. Anyway, I digress. I thought we were on Ricky's channel there for a second. You're just not even, you don't even care. You had the same look as when I bring up the
people asking questions here. And you're not even,
well, no, where are you seeing the questions? I'm at the end.
Lala asked the question way before. About shorts.
Something's happening with my comments then, because you're right. Like something like they're coming in. You're right. They're coming in very odd. I apologize. But I scooted down and things were just, you couldn't mute.
I don't even have a mute. Like, what am I going to do?
No, I'm telling you. See, that's the problem. We don't have these. I'm pointing it out. I'm using you as the tool.
Yeah, there's nothing.
You don't have that. You're not as bad as me, Jeff. And what? And there's so many things I'm bad at that I'm not sure.
Right.
Do you know what she's talking about?
I do not.
And I say this because I want to
right,
honor.
listen.
I want you shut up. You just be quiet for one. This is why Danielle wants to like just put you in a clone of silence. I want to know. I want to honor the question or the point, and so I want Samantha to write back and clear up what she means by this. I know she's talking about the OBS issue or something else, but I want to know, or minimalism or collecting. I just want to know. Yeah, good luck with T-Mobile. They're a mess. Like I am no fan of the T-Mobile experience, and I don't like Verizon. I'm going to probably find out your care. What?
No, I'm just I lowered my mic a little bit. I think I was too hot.
You were a little hot at times. Like that's another thing. There's no clip guards on these, I've noticed. So when you start doing your seal laugh, it's a little more pronounced.
So I saved the seals.
I wonder where your frequency range is when you hit that seal.
Let me know if I'm too low, guys, or if I sound good like this.
Well, if you had a really good mic box stand like mine,
if I did, yeah,
then you could regulate this better. Plus, look, I get to put my llama on that. It's a twofer. Twofer.
So totally off. Totally off. Go ahead.
You ready?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Are we good? Totally off topic, but Q means question. Will shorts hurt your channel or help it? Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I love this.
I know. Here we go.
I can end this really quick if you want.
All right, you put your John spin on it, and I'll put my spin on it. Go for it.
I don't know. Ash talked about this a lot, right? A super lot. Jason, whoa, wow. Just Jason. I don't know. My feeling, like,
I like that.
I just think that if you're new and you haven't been into the short scene already, getting yourself settled into the short scene,
yeah.
I think you could have a difficult time making that happen. I don't know. I would say watch Ash's last week's video, and if that doesn't decide it for you, which for me it decides no. I've always felt that way, but I think it depends on your channel. I think it depends on a lot of things.
Yeah.
I think it depends how much time you have, what you're trying to get across, what kind of things you're trying to do. So there's a lot. It's not just a yes or no. It's not a yes or no, but for me, it's a no. So I don't do that. And then you have an example of Just Jason. He's got 18,000 views on a short. 18,000. And I think he got 20 subscribers.
Yeah.
So I did a video. I have one video that I have has me at just under 100 subscribers just from one video. So I don't know.
My view on it is, first of all, you're right.
I think you can mix it up. Try it yourself.
I with all this stuff for me, it's really, my first question is, well, what is your goal here? Now, she did pin one because she says, does it help your channel? So that, I think your answer is actually more succinct and to the point. And then my answer is going to be, well, it's not an
easy answer.
It's not. Let's just say, for example, right now, that's all you can do. And then my next question, and Ash does cover this very, very well. But okay, let's just say you're going to do shorts, but at least they stay within the realm of your content. I'm happier with that than if you go out in some weird in the weeds too deep and it's too different. I do believe they could be a nice funnel. And I see guys going out there.
Yes.
Look, the days of going out and doing shorts in a haphazard, crappy way and think you're going to get traction, I think are over. I think already people are saying maybe they're shorter, but you're going to have to start putting a little more thought into these shorts. You can't just go out there now and just kind of drop bombs and think that they're going to work. And that's coming from me. That's coming from McKinnon level people. And so I think that there's some truth to that. But I think shorts could be a very good funnel
for your long content.
Right, for your long content.
I think that's the best. That's my opinion as the best objective, like the way to look at it the best. That could work like that. But then Jason's channel, he'll throw right at you. Okay, well, I just did a low carb egg and cheese breakfast, and I got 18,000 views. So what do you feel about that? There's not a lot of thought behind making that all together.
there's not, but there's always an exception to a rule. And the question is, there are certain topics that will have a much broader range or scope of people, or maybe it's a hot trend or something. I think his was related to keto. And
Right.
that is keto is like CrossFit people. They're very adamant and they're very, I don't want to say, loyal, but I mean, they're very open. Their very minds are like, they search out a lot of information because the keto diet is very difficult. And so I'm not saying that's why it happened, but let's be honest, it's possible. Now, the question is, you do 10 more, are they going to get 18,000 hits? I'd be curious. They might. And I'd love to know the answer to that. So,
yeah, but I think like you said, there's so many things behind it. So then sometimes I might look at like put it this way. I know a lot of people that have never even looked at a short, you know, I've gone on there. I've checked a few out. I have no desire. I'm not on YouTube for that. You know, like that to me, it's not like my thing. But
yeah,
I think it depends on what you're trying to do. So
I think
if
a
you like
lot of,
have a specific talent where it can show like tremendously in 30 seconds, and people are like, wow, look at that. I want to see more. That could reel them right in.
yeah. I mean, also too, I mean, maybe you use shorts as a way to get comfortable with your equipment, your gear, your setup, and you kind of use that as a way, if you're going to shoot stuff anyway, maybe to try to build a content layer to push it to your channel. You know, people are going to push back and they're gonna be like, oh no, shorts are the wave of the future. I hear you. Like TikTok and like everything on TikTok, so much of it now has become
played out.
It's hard because it's too short of a factor to really do something that varied. It always comes, I hate to say it, but it comes down to a little bit of a skin show and oftentimes, and then it becomes kind of played out. Now there are people who are really good at shorts, but that gets back to my original thought that I think for content creators, you're going to have to be a good content creator to maximize values out of those shorts. I think.
Yeah.
Who
came and dominated the shorts though? It was the TikTok people.
Well, yeah. I mean, they already have an idea of what they're doing, and they have experience.
Right. And so this was a question that if you were interested, it should have came up 6 months ago, or not 6 months ago, 4 months ago, maybe, because this is when the whole thing started, you know, and D Nimmin is like one that will talk in depth about this. And he says, go for it, test it, see how it is. It can work for some things. It cannot work for others, but I feel it all depends on how much time you have and how your whole setup is going, you know, like how many things, like I know a lot of people they're happy with having 4 or 5 social medias that they're working on, plus their YouTube channel. I can't do all that. So,
yeah, I mean, if people are just doing it as a throw off, it is fun. You're right. I mean, once you kind of have to at some point, I don't want to say pick your battles, but if you're trying to do live streaming and long content, I don't know. I don't need to add shorts into it right now. I don't feel like the bang for the buck for me is worth it. Other people may find that, and maybe for Jason, for example, maybe for him, it really works out. It just depends on what you do. I don't know. I really don't have
an easy answer is you have to test things for yourself. I think if you really want a true answer, then you got to go out there and if you really want an answer, like you're unsure and you want to see, sometimes you got to just test this stuff yourself.
First, I want to say good night to Roxanne. I'm just going to go Roxanne because I don't know. I said Roxanne. We're rock stars. We are rock stars. Now, is he Hall or?
No, you're Daryl Hall. No. Whoa. No. I'm Daryl Hall. No. No. You're Daryl Hall.
I'm Captain You're Tennille.
You're Daryl Hall. I'm definitely John Oates.
Well,
so Daryl Hall's the wavy hair.
They kind of both had wavy-ish hair. I mean,
no, John Oates is like the Italian-looking guy with the mustache. You can't be that. I mean, I don't.
I could be whatever I want.
You can't be that.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know why I think of these things often, like a Star Wars convention, Star Wars with a Benny, like Yaki's X.
Yeah. Plus, I hate shorts anyway, so I'm not going to talk great about them.
Yeah, I mean, we all have. You have a bias. I do too, on some level. Although I'm interested in it, I'm not convinced about it yet. I'm not going to deny that they're not going anywhere. So they probably will have a place and grow to some extent.
YouTube doesn't even know where they're going yet.
I don't know, man. Like, it's so hard. People, I don't know.
They haven't decided. And so that's why a lot of creators are like,
they're really worried about pushing out their money makers right now. Like if you start frustrating your cash cows, that's a real problem. You
want my truth? Here's the truth. Everybody wants to find an easy way out. Okay.
Yeah.
Grab your phone, make 10-second video and put it up and see if it works. I just think that, listen, the truth of the matter is, if you want to be relevant in YouTube, you're going to have to learn how to do videos. You're going to have to learn how to get better at them, and you're going to have to work hard. That's it. And if you're not doing that and you're just going to do shorts, see where that takes you in a couple of years. God bless you.
When I think about Lala's position, for example, or maybe even Jason's, for example, let's just pull back to Lala. Let's just isolate her situation. Now, I know she throws up a comment about what's easier to edit, and that gets to your point. It's easier now. Is easier better? Does easier make it a better idea? I don't know again, but now I look though at somebody who has crafts and she's got a million craft ideas and things. And I think to myself, oh, I bet she could put together a huge, massive collection of shorts that would be very interesting and short level that would tie together and push and funnel down to her long content in a really cool way. Like I really think that way.
I think she should test it because, like I said, she's creative.
Yes.
She could show the end result in a one frame.
Yeah.
You could do a speed up into what it becomes, and then you see this beautiful end. So try it. But I'm just saying that,
Yeah. And also because those kind of craft things, and I know this because my wife, she is very crafty. And by the way, Lala, my wife and you are going to connect, I guess, somehow about the canning thing. So there was a thing on Facebook today. I'm going rogue, but I know from experience, when you have that much craftiness and it overlaps so many different types of things, your outreach to people is pretty huge. Like you have a lot of web to grab in and pull them in and still not feel like you're spreading out. It's still crafts. And so I think it gets a little complicated because not everybody has the same type of content. I personally don't think shorts are going to work for me. I don't think anybody's going to really go, oh, look at him do his maybe if I do my little, 30-second Notion clip, maybe people will be interested to come. It's possible. I don't, but generally speaking, for me, I don't see it. But I see Lala, I say she should try it. Like, I think, like, why not?
You know what? We're all new. So if you want the answer to that, I would just try it.
There's no real harm that I can think of at this point. So, other than you could be spending your time somewhere else, I suppose, and maybe it's an opportunity loss. I just think there is a chance that if Mommy Guide does her shorts in a targeted way that is built to give people information, but also push their interest into her long content, I could really see a funnel that could work out for her. That's just my 2 cents.
It's possible, but anything's possible.
Yeah. And I see that with Jason too. Like if you take that keto interest, which is pretty wide, I could see like if he wants to do long content and drive people in. I really do think
I agree with that, but then he's going to have to make content though.
Well, of course,
I'm just saying, so it funnels to something. So I'm just saying, because
the end game.
I can relate to a guy throwing some stuff on a grill. You know what I mean? I totally get that. And it's keto related, right? So, oh, cool. I'll check this out. And then it's like, then you want to have something there to back it up at your channel. And then there's a possibility.
Yeah. I think
it's not a simple answer, like you said.
It's not a simple answer, and I think everybody's all over the map on this.
Right.
I say there's not a lot of risk here other than maybe lost time. But the point is, like with anything, have a place, have a landing spot. And if you're going to funnel things, I see this all the time when I was building websites, and I've been telling people for 10 years now, stop relying solely on social media as your main drop point. You get a website.
Right.
But all that said, in our YouTube is a landing spot for the long content. So in the case of Jason and Mommy Lala, have that content ready to absorb the hit. So when you're sliding people into the content, they are met with that. I think that's the pressure though, that if you're going to spend the time on the shorts, and it still takes time, if you're going to put it out there, if people are going to slide in and they go, well, this is totally so unrelevant to what I saw, then I guess you do things and you don't really get anything for it. Maybe
But
that's the damage.
there's so many principal things that go against the grain for shorts for me. So I just sometimes you got to follow what you believe in, and even if it made me, whatever it is, I just don't want to feed into it. It's not my gig, because I just feel like a lot of times I don't agree with that whole mentality of people thinking they can just catch a bit of something and pick up the whole gist of it, or skip through things in a video. Like, it just gives too many people two reasons not to pay attention to anything. So, I mean,
so often people dip in, they move the people. And I'm going to tell you as a musician too, the other thing that just drives me nuts on this, the lack of investment. So we saw this with the music industry, where you don't have to, your equity is not as high as it used to be as a fan, if you can call yourselves anymore. And the truth of it is, we're not going to a store. We're not thumbing through albums and investing into an album. We're not buying a whole album. What we're doing nowadays is we're going online, hearing a song. And if we buy it at all these days, it's amazing. Usually now we're streaming, which means we set up a playlist. I want play us something that sounds like John Mayer for the next hour. We are not investing heavily into that artist like we used to. We don't buy 12 songs at a clip, bring it in and invest. And that's a dangerous thing. And when it's becoming a very short attention span, that's why you see artists moving through the cycle quicker. We used to have artists that would come in R&D, go and tour, become big. They go through the cycle and they have a pretty long career. You're seeing these cycles go shorter because people's attention spans are more onto the next thing, because
I know
the next thing, I know, but the next thing is the thing that's going to get me. I want to be the first guy to find the next thing. And so our way of that we consume this stuff. Yeah. I see this with TikTok, and I see this is bad for creators in a way. And I also see that the best people who are going to make shorts are people who make great longs. And that when I see Peter McKinnon, for example, or these guys, I feel like they're going to do the more interesting ones, unless it's something that just hits a nerve or is really informational that matters. Say like Jason's cooking thing for keto was, or something. I'm not dismissing that. I'm just saying in general, that's my view
about this for too long anyway.
I think it's I think people do.
It's not simple.
They're just struggling with it.
It's so new. I just think you got to test it for yourself. It's not like no one can give you a yes or a no, but there's so many variables that it's just like, for me, I'll give you for instance, I watched TikTok. If my wife was watching TikToks last night to laugh, I laugh, but the thing is, when I'm trying to figure out how to do something, I go on YouTube and search the video. I don't want to be that. So my question is for you. What are you trying to be? Look at yourself and say, do you picture yourself being a person that is going to be driven by small, like shorts, or do you find yourself the majority of the things you're doing going to be long content? You can decide a good portion of that right there just by saying, what kind of people are you trying to attract? What is your demographic to your channel?
Well,
those things will fall heavily on whether or not that will gain traction for you.
Look, it's simple. At the end of the day, it comes down to what is your game plan. And, Heather Ramirez has been talking about a little bit, and I'm always a big believer, again, and especially in social or anything, you want to spread out your web and you want to spread out your risk. It kind of reminds me of stocks. And I would say there are certain subjects, again, like keto and I think crafts, where if you have that wide range of knowledge, those things are tailor-made for a quick hitter that points you to, this is how you would actually make this dinner. This is how you would actually make this final product that I showed you in a 60-second clip.
But then you look at a Just Jason, and then you say, how could he have accentuated on like something like this where you get 18,000 views? So that's where a lot of creators fall short, right? Because myself, my example is if you have a video that's getting an excessive more amount of likes and views, and watch time, I should have been quick to the run to back that video up with something that could quickly answer more questions
No,
about
it's really no different than somebody saying you really need, and a card at the end of the video to push them into something that's related. It's very similar
exactly.
idea. I know I'm behind. So Aaron says, John, would you use exclusively the Wave XLR instead of the Rodecaster Pro from now on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And a quick answer for that is the Rodecaster does other things that are much that the Wave could never do. Okay. So even if I want to sit here and compare mics, I cannot do that with this unit. If I want to have a podcast, I cannot do this with the Wave. If I want to have processing built in, I can't do that. If I want a mobile setup to take with me to film and do audio together, I cannot do that with the Wave. But what the Wave can do is everything for me while I'm streaming. So if you have any more questions, let me know.
Yeah,
I should give you the gist of it.
And or making your videos for long content while you're sitting at your desk at least, or sitting in your studio.
Yeah, it fits everything with being at the desk.
Yeah, that's the thing. They are two different. Again, like the shorts, they're two different tools. And if you have the luxury of having multiple tools, because I'm a big fan of having multiple tools in a toolbox, and that's how you should look at things. Is we all need screwdriver, there's two versions of screwdrivers, but there's a million sizes and there's a reason. And so that there's no, it's kind of like this too, just depending on how technical your stuff is getting, or how much latitude that you need or whatever. So
the answer is I don't plan on getting rid of it either. So
no, I wouldn't. Lala says, thank you for your honest opinion. Of course. And it's
hard. Honest opinions, but they're biased on my end because I'm not a fan of them. But if my honest opinion is, if you want to see if something works for you, you got to try it for you. And then, because otherwise don't trust somebody's word on something like that. You know what I mean? Because here's the thing. It's not like something is proven for everybody. This is so new that you might have to try this for yourself. And like I said, sometimes you want to look at who is looking at your stuff. What are the demographics? What country are you from? What is the people? How are the people here looking at things? Like everybody, things are driven harder in different areas. So there's a lot more play on what would be give and take for that. So it's not an easy answer.
I get it. I get it. YouTube sees TikTok blowing up and they feel like they don't want to get behind the 8 ball, which is good business sense. I have a feeling they're a little bit squeamish about it because, it's a problem. I mean, but you have to grow. I just worry that you're going to cannibalize the moneymaker and you're going to create you're going to create
a possibility, but that's why I don't think they're giving a quick answer of where these shorts are going.
I'm happy that they're
really thinking about it.
They're measured about it. Mikey says, for me, shorts are incompatible with long-term content. As a rule, I don't produce vertical video, which is only palatable on phones. That's true. Landscape content can be viewed on any kind of screen. I don't like vertical content at all. I think it's like, I get irritated when people show like, oh, here's a Loch Ness monster and it's always vertical. Like, turn it landscape.
Right.
I get it. But okay, so for Mikey, it's a no-go. Okay, right. I get that. I think that's a very honest, and I can't really argue so much about it. Lala says, ouch,
I know.
You are right, tough love.
I think you can get an idea. I'm just not a fan of them. But for you, me personally, for you, I would say that Jeff is on the right idea. Like when you have something creative, or like say you were a hip hop artist, right? And so you come on for 10 seconds and break dance like no one can break dance, right? And then all of a sudden you want to see more of what that stuff looked like. You could draw people right into your channel. So it really depends on the thing, so I'm not saying not to try. And that's why I won't. My honest opinion is if you really want to know, try it and then you'll have your answer, because if anyone tells you for sure that it is or it isn't, they're wrong because there's possibilities every time.
Well, first of all, I want to say, Lala, that as usual, John is just completely wrong about everything. And no, what I love about John is he's honest about what he's saying, and that he's saying, look, I am biased and I have you're upfront about it, which I think is really healthy in this discussion. But I tend to agree with you on it from my standpoint. For example, what am I going to do? I'm going to take this little bullet mic and take it to I can't do anything that exciting with this bullet mic and a short that's going to really draw people to my channel. However, I'm privy enough to things like keto or like crafts, for example, and the mindset of those people. There are some pretty cool things you could do. For example, you could take a craft that you've done for your long and you could have shot it in a one frame, or one shot per frame per second, and do stop, animation type things and show a start to finish, for example, and then say, if you want to see how this is actually done in real time, funnel down or do something like there are, I think, certain content that I think really does well for that outside of the general, look at that guy, he fell down. He was trying to walk on buckets and he fell down, which what the hell?
Here's the thing. I have a value system and it kind of, I'm opinionated because I feel like it kind of destroys a certain value system that I feel strongly about. And I feel strongly about people wanting to learn how to do something and not all obsessed with the, like the way I feel I want to give myself and my videos just doesn't equate to the whole short setup. The only way I will use a short setup is for humor for me personally. The only way I'll do it is if I get a kick out of something to just draw someone in because it's funny.
Or something even emotional, even something that might be emotional. Let's say, for example, somebody did a video of a guy coming back from, or a woman coming back from, war or whatever, and their dog's at the door. You've seen these videos. I get suckered in on some things like that, I guess. But that's a short. Where's that going, really? What does that do for long-term content? You just have to think about what the funnel is. I think if you're going to go out there and do something, and I'm glad Ash commented on it because I was curious what I already know, but I mean, I was kind of curious what her step in would be, but look, if you're going to go do content that's unrelated and has no connection to your long
continuity,
then you're just kind of wasting your time.
And that's a really good point. And then my other point is I had a good comment and I was listening to yours. Darn it.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I want to just finish Ash's point here, but she's saying shorts aren't my kind of content. Fun to dabble on, can be used for some content creators, but I prefer full videos. And I do respect that because she's been through the gamut of trying to figure that out and see if that was for her. And so I think we know where she's at. And she's kind of proof on that level. Like, I tried to do this, it didn't work out for me. It's okay, but didn't feel like she was getting traction and subscribers for the effort. And then the question is this really fitting in with what her content desire is? So it's a thing.
I know what I was going to say.
Okay, shoot.
I was going to say, do you ever see certain creators, like they try to use something that ties in to what they're doing, but not kinda, and it's just like a popular name or a popular topic or a popular trend, and they just connect it to their site or to their video just to drive views into their
You mean
video.
like the ice bucket challenge?
Well,
like that kind of trend, or are you thinking more like
I'm talking about like even creators where it doesn't like really even fit. Like
well, that doesn't fit for
I'm gonna put this, and it, like, you look at that video and that looks awkward. That's where I get afraid, is like, I think when you start diving outside of things to try to drive traffic in just because you're so desperate for views and looks, I think instead of looking for an easy way out, take the hard look at what you're doing. That's just those kind of things. Like, I just get afraid of people trying to do things like that.
I would imagine, Lala, that whatever you were going to do is going to tie to your long content. So I think you're in a great position. I don't think it fits everybody's content. And a lot of people, I think, are missing the point which John is connecting to. Just because you put out more, just because you put out these shorts, if they're not connected and you're not planning to drive people to the similar content, if it happens to me once, I'm pretty much already like gun shy. Like, if I step into those short and I end up into like lingerie or a spelling bee contest, I'm like, wait.
But it's not just that. To me, if I look at Lala, I look at like her trying to put a show together, spending hours a week trying to do that, trying to get out videos now that her daughter can edit some things. So let's just take a look. Like, Lala's probably spending easily, tens of hours, if not like 80 hours a week trying to do these things, right? So then I just think, like, at that point, you just got to weigh the odds. Like I say, sometimes if you only have this much time, keep on doing what you're doing and get better at it. Like, just keep on working to get better at the core of your channel.
I can tell you that from my own standpoint and others, that there is something when you hit a pain point in the process that you feel slows you up, whether it's in the editing or maybe in the shooting, or in my case lately, it's this weird script stuff that I've been trying to deal with. You tend to, it's like anything, right? Like if you ever had a back problem, the first thing that happens is your body starts to contort because you're trying to accommodate the pain. So you go too long before you get it fixed, your body starts already kind of humping over in a weird position. It's compensating. So that's what happens. You didn't fix anything. The pain may not be there, but you've got
it goes away for a little while and then it comes back twice as hard.
Right. But I mean, we void, right? We all kind of avoid those things, and sometimes consciously and sometimes not.
And sometimes you have to.
But I mean, it's a fair assessment. Yeah, sometimes you have to. But I think it's a fair comment to say, is this about avoidance thing, or do I really think this is something it could add value? I think in a lot of those cases, it could add value if it was strategically put out there and thought of. I really think that material, I have a lot of ideas in my head. I'm like, that could. And the reason maybe I've been thinking about it is because my wife is the same way. She's very crafty, can do anything in the kitchen, can do anything in the craft room, can you name it. She's a warrior that way. And she learned that from generations of people before her who passed that information down. So my thought was, God, there's a lot of shorts you could do here, but I'm not going to do shorts to just do shorts. I'd want to take that to a channel and land it. So I don't want to just do it to do it. So I guess
for me, like if you look at me, I'll be like, hey, I don't really want to go out there and do that. I'm really concerned more about making my production better. Like production better.
Right. And again, to your point, there's a limited amount of time in the day. So you want to maximize the time that you have and lean into what you consider the most productive results. In Lala's, again, I don't, I'd be interested. I think she should do it for a month. I would really love to see what that could be. She could be a really good, I think it could be a really good litmus test to find out what's happening. I know I'm behind. I feel so bad.
I'd like to catch up with some of this.
Okay, let's catch up now. I'm sorry. We're so chatty Cathy. Hang on a second. I've seen many streaming channels do incredible, and I see Mama Lala growing and more, but I do think she could do more incredible short video. I agree. I just, that's kind of where I'm at. I have albums, sir, but I have a ton of albums, and you
albums
get it.
I love records.
Records are great, and I'm glad to see vinyl kind of make a comeback in a way. And Robert, what I mean, I think Robert totally understands the equity investment that we put into that and the fan base, and we just aren't going to see that. You think people are going to go out 15, 20 years from now and just can't wait to see the Golden Oldies by Justin Bieber? Probably not going to happen.
That's funny.
He got rid of his Rodecaster. I think I remember him talking about that. Patrick is out. I want to say good night and thank you for being a part of our spot. I know he did. I'm just going to say it anyway. He may come back someday.
He's coming in on Thursday. That's cool.
Yeah. And he says I should be free to sign onto the show on Thursday.
I asked Spoke Audio too. I did ask Robert, so
okay,
I think he's going to try to come in too.
Says no offense taken, guys. I'll try it, and I would say, well, I hope you took no offense. I mean, I supported you. No, I think John and I are actually, if anything, what we're actually coming to is we think you should do it. Like, I think we're both saying there is really no reason not. John speaking in the more grand scope of things, but I think he would agree that I think her spending like a month or so and running those numbers and seeing because of what she has set up and the type of content, I think it could work. I honestly do. I think there's something good coming on.
I think it can, but do you here's the thing, right? It's just, do you have the time to make it work for you? So
I have to go back to outside of the lives too and see how much real long content Lala has scoped out too. Like now you could point it to the lives because her lives are so meticulous on that. I suppose, especially if you do chapters, it might work out better for you in that case. So people can go right to the section. That might be something she could do, is because she does have some great craft streams like that, for example. And so let's just say she goes on, does a short because we're going on the Christmas season. She had done a lot of those Christmas projects, right? That'd be great. Go do those, zip them right into some chapters that were right into that stream. If you don't want to make actual long content, that could be a very interesting thing to do. I mean, you have a nice setup. I think Cashew says, you done?
Yes.
Good? Like, if John were to put together a short that posed the questions, our own prostate checks enough, he could draw some attention to his channel. Got it. And you know what, though, Cashew, wouldn't you love to see the type of subscribers he would get out of that? That would be Very interesting, none the least. I bet he would have some very interesting private DMs. Robert says, Cup Tuck Attack, did the microphone addiction short? It was funny and relatable. Thoughts?
Yeah, no, I thought it was funny, but it didn't do anything in the shorts, but that's whatever.
Well, I mean,
Thought it was funny.
Jason had to put out a few before he got his 18,000 hit. I mean, maybe he didn't put out enough.
Oh, that was the only one. Yeah,
I know. That's Do you think one was enough, or do you think I'm one
that's
and
enough.
Yep. Well, your honesty, and you yes, Lala. I actually plan to drive. Yeah, exactly. I think that's the point. Like your thought process on this is 100%. I think, and I think John thinks that too. Brian Paul, I'm glad you weighed in here. I think shorts could be a fun and creative avenue. Limits spire creativity. I don't know if he means limits inspire. I think he means inspire. Maybe spire. That short canvas that you get, you would have to be creative to do it, which is why I said earlier, I think the best people to make creative shorts are people who are doing very creative longs. I know that's not always true, but Brian's another one where absolutely you can't convince me that Brian couldn't create a funnel of his shorts and the way he does things into a longer a content stream. I think he would be really good at that. And I think he'd be made for doing shorts personally.
If that's what he wanted. Yeah.
Yeah. There's some people that are great at that. I don't think John and I.
But what's his content?
Well, I mean, obviously that's the point. Like, so you have to, I did, the point is taken. You have to start here first. To me, you have to start at the long content. What are you doing? Even if you don't have it done, what is your plan there? Because again, if you don't have a landing pad for driving, I don't know that what are you doing then? Like, I don't feel like that is going to be the answer for most people. Not now, maybe long-term, there's a whole stream of people like TikTok where it's like, you can just go crazy on it. And you can make a huge living off of it, but it's very difficult to get across other things like education, informational videos. If you're just trying to do a quick hit or entertainment or an idea, that's cool. I don't know. It's a really odd platform, TikTok, because yes, people say, God, you can get 1 million viewers. I'm like, you sure can. But are those 1 million viewers watching you all the time? Does that matter? Are they just going click and moving on? Because
this has been gone through 100,000 times.
Like Locust. They're looking for sure. Robert said, I just did a video about the ice bucket challenge. Since I have ALS, it applied to me personally. Yes. And that was the thing. Like, that was a big deal. What, now it's almost 3 years ago when people were doing that?
At least, yeah.
Maybe it was 5 years ago now I think about it. Very big deal. And yeah, I mean, was it a short though? I mean, I didn't see it. I don't know if it was a short.
I don't think so.
So, I mean, again, I don't think that's an appropriate short. And that's where a long content's needed. So I think maybe what YouTube is hoping is that they go, look, there's a place for shorts and there's a place for long, and we're creating the greatest platform for either. You both can coexist and even intermingle. But they also know how tricky this is. They have to be very careful on how they outlay this, or they're going to really damage themselves. Mama says she made a short on storage hacks and added in the description to go for a version of that storage hack. Exactly. That's just 1,000%.
Yeah. And that's a smart way to go about it, and then see if it translates into anything. So that makes sense.
I think you'll find
they can.
And the question is, how many videos before you know, or is it just one of those where you can, you don't know, you just keep doing it, and then maybe you get the one that just hits for you.
It's the same story. Like, if you're brand new and you haven't even gotten good at just doing anything that we have to learn, then I just don't understand how much time you're spending on like this. Like, at this point, like, if you're making videos, have you even learned how to pick up a camera yet? So it's like, have you learned how to even, do anything with your phone to record properly?
Well, I mean, I think that's the thing. Who brought it up today? Doc Rock. This drives me crazy. I've said it to you off camera, where I can't stand the mentality that people throw out for YouTube self-help when they say, just hit the button, just go. It's a terrible, terrible advice. It's a simple, and it stepped over so many things when you go that. And Doc Rock Doc Rock said the same thing today. And I was like, yes. No, you have to have a little bit of a plan here, man. You got to be thinking this out a little bit more. You don't have to go as deep into systems as I did, for example. But you have to have at least an idea what the hell is going on. Are you going to have?
Don't.
I know, but then that they keep hearing this. Just go get a 6400 or a Canon, plug it in, and just hit the go button.
You know what happens?
I hate this.
After 8 streams, you have no idea where you're going.
No, and you're almost more frustrated too, because they told you to hit the button, and it's all going to work out.
Yeah, but you know what? People, this is what happens. You start out, you don't have a plan. It's fun to hit the go live button. Then you start taking things seriously, and you think that you overthink everything then. And then after 8 streams, you're so lost that you're looking at what other people are doing to suck in something that is going to give you some kind of traction. And then you lose focus of everything of why you started.
Awareness is a nice thing.
Does it sound familiar?
Yeah, it is. It sounds very familiar.
I'm just saying, like, it's going to happen. I've seen it happen 100 times already, and I've been here a year.
Yeah. And so when we speak in Lala's case, she's set up. She has a camera. She knows what she's doing. She works the tech. She's done a good number of lives. She's got an idea. She knows what her content is inside and out. And so if she comes to me and says, do you think some shorts tied together and tied to these long, I'd be like, yeah, why don't you give that a shot? Follow the analytics and let's all look at it. And I think she's got a better shot than most. And then Mikey says, well, do shorts even connect to other content? What I'm asking is, does the presentation of a short even allow for a viewer to click onto a creator's long form content?
So I'll answer this quickly. Like, here's the thing: for people like maybe Robert, myself, you, Mikey, we fall into a higher age group, different demographics. I don't think that's like a thing for us where it is something that we even look at or care about. But the truth of the matter is, YouTube is not just about us. They're looking at the younger demographics and what they're following and what their interests are, right? Because they got to cover everything. And so, yes, the answer is yes. It does lead into other videos and people watching, and otherwise they wouldn't have it here. And on top of that, I think it's like they're watching 1 billion shorts a month. A month. I think it's literally a month. Look it up, somebody, and let me know. I think it's like 1 billion shorts a month are being watched. So
it's going to be tough to cut through that noise like this.
Well, that's what they said.
And so that was we circle back to my original point of what I've been gleaming. And that is, if you're not a good content creator and you're not really smart about how to tie that, I think you have a lot of diminishing returns on the effort. I don't, like John says, maybe you could have been doing something else to firm that up, or maybe you're not ready for that yet. That doesn't mean it's not a good idea. I think Lala's probably ready for it. And I just want to, because Ash says, I posted 7 shorts in 7 days, not related to my content. And not sure if those viewers checked my previous content, which is kind of key, or not, but my recent video did decent. And of course, the question is, did it do decent because of the shorts, or is this causation, correlation, or not? And that's the thing. Like, there's not enough evidence yet. It's interesting. No. And my guess is probably not. I think you did great thumbnails. Your stuff looked good. Your titles were great. You're really good at getting your tags out. My guess is that you're just working the system better. That's what I did notice.
What I did notice, and I haven't said this to her personally, is that in the last 2 videos, not going on content or anything in the videos, is Ash's videos have looked way better. She stepped it up a notch of having everything flow together. All her pieces, like the coloration between the cuts, have been equal. Her framing has improved. And so here is an example of someone who is just keeps on going, and you're learning more and more. She's trying some different things that are out there. Okay. Like moving around with the camera, getting up and doing things. And so that's how you get better. Like just trying different things, getting uncomfortable.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with all that. I agree that I see the same thing in the videos. And so I personally think it's just because the content's good and she knows what she's doing.
But even her framing, her head, The space
Right.
between her head, the coloration, her white balance looks better. So I'd be really surprised if she hasn't been working at it, like diving in a little deeper to things. If she
Right.
said,
Now,
"Oh, I'm just doing the same thing, but I got lucky," I just find that hard to believe.
yeah, I mean, but the question is, I don't know if the framing got the views. I mean, it didn't get her discovered,
No, no, no.
to find
I'm
the
not
views.
saying. I'm
But
saying
I agree with
disrespect
all
the
that.
content. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with all. Okay, fair enough. There were two
Yeah, I
different
wasn't
points.
like the content I wasn't talking about I just noticed that her video
Mm.
skills, her editing,
Yeah.
her editing was fine to begin with, but her skills with her camera have improved.
Now, she didn't have a
So,
mic box like I do, but she'll get to there someday. Robert says, just got a autographed album from somebody. Music is amazing. Seeing and unappreciated is a tragic real. It's a real problem. It's a real struggle. And you
my
know what,
dad,
but yeah, I mean,
I was
it's a
gonna
real
say
problem.
my
Go
dad
ahead.
has a Hole and Oates video autographed.
That's
I mean,
cool.
not a video, an album. No, he does. It's kind of cool.
That's great.
I like Hole and
I,
Oates.
I saw them. You're gonna love this. So you remember when HBO way back in the day, say mid '80s, they would do like concerts once in a
Yeah.
while, and it was a big deal. So in 1984, was in this symphony. It was a U.S. symphony for kids, like 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds, and we were going through here. We went to Europe, and our first stop was in New York. And I don't know if you remember, but way back then, Hall & Oates did an HBO concert at the Statue of Liberty, which was under construction. Remember, they were doing all that construction
Yep.
back then. And I went out there and saw him. It was a nightmare. By the way, I got so sunburned. Yeah. And Amy Mann, Voices Carry, opened for them. And yeah, I like Daryl.
I was going to say that's literally within 1 year away from when my dad toured with them.
Yeah, I was going to say it had to be very close.
Very close.
And that's a weird connection there because yeah, that was something. That was a huge ass concert at the Statue of Liberty foot right there, and yeah, it was a thing. And yeah, they were great live. I tell you what, very talented people. Kind of unrelated. Yeah, we could get into a whole thing about music and appreciation, Robert. I think you and I would totally hit it off on that. I'm glad. I do think you might be able to leverage those chapters for the content you already have because watching your lives, there's so many great segments of great demonstration. So maybe what you could do is, send people right to those or just chapter it out so people can really you can honor their time and they can just get right to that stuff. And then I think that could be really interesting to see how that works for you. Because the way you guys demo, in a way, the crafts work out pretty well for you in that manner. And craft people like watching craft people have fun. That's just kind of one of those things.
And then I think YouTube is gonna make chapters for us if we don't make them, right?
It kind of seems that way. So
that's what they're saying. So
yeah. Well, they really like the SEO and the Google stuff, and well, why wouldn't they? They're Google. So
right.
At the end of the day, no, we do not. However, Robert, sometimes when we dance,
tries to talk over me.
Anyway, it's John's done from that. I don't know. His stream just died. I don't know why.
No, am I breaking up?
You're such a he's an ass. No, he's a great guy. We dig him. Yeah, just recording is BS. I haven't accomplished anything on YouTube related. I don't even know if I'm answering that question. Maybe you're answering it for somebody else. I apologize if that wasn't meant for us. Thank you for that, John. Yes, I did put more TLC into my edits, and I'm trying to get that retention time flowing more.
We are, right?
Well, yeah, yeah.
So we just keep striving for those things, and she's talking about retention time. That's what everyone's goal should be, is trying to figure out what we're doing with our edits, what is going to be more feasible to put in your video so our retention time goes up. Therefore, people watch more of your stuff.
Brian, if you want, I mean, I don't want you to have to spend money on the mic box. So what I could do is I could mail it to you if you want to try it out for a week, then it wouldn't cost you anything. So we could talk, after the show. Maybe I'll put the Stream Deck in there and let you play with that as well.
Yeah.
Mommy says, I also don't like shorts, but to be honest, but really just want to test it out, which I think you should scratch that itch.
That's good. I think that's good energy right there, because even if you don't like it and you really want to make your channel better, and this has a potential to help drive to the long videos, then she's saying, hey, I don't even really like it, but you know what? It makes sense for me to try. And I could respect that.
Yeah. And you didn't make this a long haul topic. We're talking, I think, because it is interesting and it is a little bit, it's an odd subject. You know what I mean? It's really hard to, there's not really a center of the target here
Not
to
an
hit.
easy answer.
And so I think the reason that we've labored on it so much is because there is so much information. And we do happen to have a few people that either are interested in here and also have delved into it. So I think now is a good time to talk about. Plus, I'm interested in the topic because I haven't really finalized my thoughts in it, but I think more and more that we talk, I think I understand where I'm at with it.
My big concern is people giving up on the long videos and their direction in their YouTube channel to just pick up a phone and make a short because it's easy. So
Okay,
if you're doing that, yeah, but that's the truth. Listen, dude, the fact of
true.
the matter is YouTube is hard, dude. It is hard. There's no one sitting here going, YouTube is hard. Just think about this. So we're not just here having fun. Hey, let's make YouTube channels and see where it goes, right? We're all here, right? I did a little Jared Poland. So it's like we're all, hey, Mr. Tally Light, I see you blinking at me. You're recording me. So yeah, we're here because we're trying to get better, right? So if you start falling into that trap where like, oh man, I'm getting beat down because my videos, they're not looking as good, or you're not getting as many views as I thought they would. And so I'm just gonna do these shorts a couple times and just see how they do. Because it's easy to fall into that. Okay. Because we get beaten down. It's tough. Everybody's saying how tough it is. All I'm saying is, guys, keep on making your videos, keep on trying to improve. Listen, there's something going on in the world. People are consuming more video. Don't give up now. Keep going, because you're gonna come out on the other end if you persevere. Okay. And this is the difference. Jeffrey and me are gonna persevere. Okay. So I'm trying to tell you guys all these things so you don't have to fight this battle. Figure it out now and stay in there for the long haul. Don't start panicking. Take a deep breath and settle in. And here's another thought. You should be even more relaxed if you're not even close to making your hours for a year. What you should be doing is reevaluating and slowing down and getting better and figuring out those things. Okay. Because if you're going to be more under pressure, it's going to be someone that's on the brink of getting monetized. So,
yeah.
So just think of all those things, because listen, man, you got to have fun with it. You got to. Otherwise, you're going to start realizing this is a drag, and you don't want to go down that road.
Oh, we're heading right back into the journey is the destination, because it always comes back to that. And
dude, it's going to show too, in everything you do.
I watched a lot of streams lately, try to touch on these subjects. We're getting into the dog days of summer, and I think people are just feeling, also they're feeling a little bit worn out, because I think YouTube had a lot of valleys this summer for a lot of people. And of course this whole thing just will have that. That's just the nature of this, as John says, and I'm gonna put on a shirt. YouTube is hard.
Yeah.
But I
hard
think
as hell.
Well, you always have to go that extra step. You're right, though. It's hard as hell. Yeah. And I think what I try to tell people, there's so many things you can do. They can be systems. They can be this, they can that. But I tell you what, the healthiest thing you can do is, whether it's this channel, and I hope it's this channel, because I hope we give that off. Find a channel. Do not be afraid, if you trust them, to go in there and be honest about a struggle or something, or feeling like I'm just beat down, or I'm a little bit whatever. And talking about it is a huge help. Like we underestimate that. Sometimes just saying it helps. And I think if you can go in somewhere like here, we want this to be a place to, I mean, look, you don't come here and just complain about dumb things. But I mean, if you come here and say, you know what, I'm struggling, I'm a little bit worried, I haven't done this, let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation so we can get that out. That's all I'm saying. That's you laughing at me, or are you?
No, I'm looking at the stream. I don't know if like something's funny or Darren is just like,
well, there's all sorts of well, I hope he is. I'm trying to do the same thing, Ash, with the little bit more free flow. And I think I mentioned to you, I posted something on her thing about it being, I don't say that very often. There's a couple of people I say, I was really inspired, but watching her B-roll and what she's doing is kind of what I'm really trying to do. And I'm so new to it all that I totally get that. And the color grading thing, although I'm not spending a whole lot of time on color
Yeah.
grading yet.
I think she's got a huge improvement with that. And I think that we're all just trying to find our way too. I mean, I'm just coming back to trying to do a video here and there. You know how nervous that was and kind of
Yeah.
weird to get back in front of the
Isn't
camera
it?
like that
And
again.
it is funny. I know you mentioned it, and bring it back to musicians too. You know, you can practice all you want and everything, but if you've been off for a while, like a lot of people were in COVID and they didn't have a gig and they went back and like, God, this is weird. Like I feel
Yeah.
like I haven't played forever, and I feel like I don't even belong on stage. And so there were a lot of people who kind of came out feeling really not confident. Now you do your first gig and immediately the bike wheels start to feel comfortable under you. Brian says it's always dance around, but sometimes it just needs to be said. Better videos, do better. And that's a little bit complicated. It's true. And yet there are crappy videos who do well, and that's annoying. But we can't always look at the outliers and say that we should say that's a reason to dismiss this.
Yeah.
The truth of it is better videos are going to do better. And over time, the weight of that is going to be better. Go ahead.
The truth of the matter is, is that at some point you're going to have to figure out your channel. Right. And you're going to have to look at it and you're going to have to say, why isn't it getting to the point where I want it to get? Okay.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to be honest with yourself and you're going to have to take responsibility for what is being done or not being done. And you're going to have to make those improvements and you may not know where they are.
Well, and that's what he says. He's followed up with small upgrades made by learning, make better videos. And that's really the same voice of saying, find out where you're lacking, find out where the low points are and try to fill that.
Yeah.
Try to lift that up a little bit each time. I know we've used different types of word analogies on that.
Yeah, but I'm saying people start looking outside the box. You know what I mean? They're not looking within. They start looking outside. Like, why? What is it? Is it the algorithm? Is it my editing? Is it my content? And so it's something you're doing or you're choosing or getting wrapped up into, or is your content hard? Is it hard for it to get noticed? There's so many variables, but I'm saying that sometimes you got to look at yourself and then try to say, is it something that I can improve on? Is it really there? Because inside, like, you come to a point and you're like, dude, I don't know where I'm going with this. And so I feel lost. So if you feel that way and things aren't working for you, then you got to dive in deep and find out those answers. If you're like, oh my God, I think everything's going great and I'm still not getting traction, then I think you're just a little confused and lost. Also, in a different way, I'm very realistic, no, I should say I put myself down more even so. So I'm not wrapped up into anything that I feel like my videos are great. I always just say the only thing that gets me out of being horrible is that some of it is good information for somebody. And sometimes that's all it takes consecutively is just to have an answer for something. So, and that's how I try to figure it out sometimes about my videos is just having an answer for somebody about something.
Yeah.
And I don't really know if it's going to work or it's not going to work. And then I fell into streaming. And this
but I mean,
I
think but a lot of these, there's so many reasons the links get all cucked up. And the truth of it is you're speaking to that point of like knowing this or the content, but a lot of people can't even get to that point. So there's other issues about that are blocking them from even recording or not getting into editing or avoiding that or the script. I mean, there's so many different parts in this chain that I think that's where it gets complicated. Right. Are we worried? Is it the content the problem, or do you know what content you want to do? And it's another thing. So it's so many other type of problems.
Right. So, I didn't specify like where you are in this exactly. So if you're really confused about where to start, I always just say, start a YouTube channel that it's not important. Throw 10 videos up on there and just practice doing videos and then go from there. Like
what's going on here?
You don't have to win. You don't have to win everything right off the back.
What am I missing? So, what is all this stuff?
I don't know. Those are emojis. Coming up. I think a little different. That's weird. Nice. They're coming up like that. Yeah.
I like it. Because I needed something to complicate things more on the chat. That's
awesome.
Aaron, thank you for stopping in, my friend, and be well. We will talk to you soon.
Robert. What?
Robert, slap me. I meant Robert.
Robert, thanks for coming in, and I hope to see you on Thursday. And like I said, Thursday is just about having fun. I know we get serious. I don't even know why we're so serious tonight, but it's like,
yeah, we were supposed to do these mics and not be serious, but you got all upset about everything tonight.
No, I don't.
I tried to bring my box out, bring my llama out, try to make you laugh.
Put your box away, your filthy box. But
I need it. It won't.
This is thanks for coming by, and we hope to see you jump in the stream on Thursday, Robert.
Yes, we'll look forward to that. Todd, if you make shorts, you might as well throw them up on IG Reels to help grow on that platform if you're interested.
I think that's brilliant. I think brilliant. There you go. Like
1000%.
Yeah. So Lala, if you're still here, like this is a way for you to pull people from like starting an Instagram slowly and then pull people towards your YouTube. And this is the thing. I think everybody doesn't get that. Like there's a fine line of having all these social medias, but all of them should be you should be driving most of these social medias to some point, and then at some point weaning them off and then giving less content and drawing to YouTube. That's my belief. So
yeah, that's actually a really good point, actually. Thank you, Todd. That's brilliant. And so we get down to, I don't know, Brian is in the advanced class. He's almost out of the box.
Yeah,
he's almost, and John's almost out of the closet. So,
that's really rude.
I said it. It's not weird.
That was a controversial comment.
You almost didn't pull it out there.
Controversial.
It was almost like the stairs all over again.
It's like a tongue twister.
Too soon because you slid down the stairs. That's scary stuff. Were you carrying something or did you just slip?
Nope. I just rushed out. I was rushing out. I hit the first step, and then my sock was on the edge of the where it goes over, and the sock slid, and then my foot just came out from underneath me. And then some people don't know I had reconstructive surgery on my left arm, so I can't go to put my hand down to catch myself sometimes. So I just like braced for it, and then I slid right down the stairs and got like a nice rug burn.
We don't need the whole show.
It didn't hurt too bad. Just my foot got nailed.
Does your stairs have treads on them, or is it totally wood? Okay. So this is a user error right here. This is user error. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, all right. Well, reboot, see what happens. Maybe walk the stairs like an adult.
Slow down
with
socks on, especially.
I'm laughing at her because she said, "Sorry, my crafty stuff fell on the keyboards." I think this was what she was talking about. That made me laugh.
Oh, okay.
I saw that. I was like, that's so hilarious.
Fell on Brian's keyboard too.
Yeah, Brian's
over there at Lalo's house.
Brian dropped an IPA on the thing, and
Cashew dropped
a V8 or something. Yes, I'm here. My Facebook has been the one drawing everybody onto my YouTube. I actually have almost reached the needed watch hours. Just a few more hundred. I don't doubt that. But I haven't done IG. I will work. I think that she would be a great
Lala's
candidate.
in a very similar boat to me.
Yeah, you guys are close to that watch hour time. Now I don't know where she's at. She's probably pretty close to subs, huh? Where are you at on subs, Lala?
I think she's 450-ish.
Okay, so she got a little work to do.
Yeah. So that's a tough one. That's the tough one.
The subs are the tough one. There's no doubt about it. And the reason I can see why they did that, because the subs are really where you're really going to get them unless you farm them. You're going to have to get it through grinding. You're going to have to get them through the hard work of putting content out. Right. Lives are hard. Lives are a hard way to grind subs.
Yeah. It is tough. It is tough.
As opposed to making actual discoverable videos.
It's something that we should discuss, because I know I've discussed it a lot with the subs is about doing a giveaway. Maybe if we did some kind of giveaway, I don't know, maybe we can include Lala with that too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm for anything that helps everybody. So
I just don't know how to go about it, and like I don't know how organic it comes off. And the thing is, at some point, like, what is organic? Like, here's the fact, right? Like we're on the edge of getting monetized, and so I don't know, like It's a tough thing. Like, it's kind of like that thing, like we used to talk about this when I was younger, is like, if you were going to get drafted in the NFL and you knew you were getting drafted, would you take, steroids for a year? Okay. Cause I never took any steroids. Would you do it for a year to get drafted and know you could get like a 1-year contract? And I always said, like, you know what? I probably would, just to make that money and change my life and move forward for 1 year. That's what I used to say. Like, it's like some point I would let my value system go, which is kind of weird.
That's nice, Mikey. That's great.
Oh,
I love that.
nice.
And yes,
Wait,
Pinterest would
she
be
just went
another
over
one.
5?
Yeah, I'm going to get back to that. I just wanted
Oh,
to,
nice.
we were
Nice,
on that
nice.
subject. I just want to make sure she saw it. She's saying subs are a long way away. They can seem long.
Yeah.
I'm way longer than you, so I can imagine. But
she's got
I get
a push going on, though. She's got a push. I've seen it lately with her lives. She's drawing more people in.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's right about the synergy there. And Ash is saying, I don't do a giveaway because I don't want subs, you just want products. Now, my only answer to that would be, what if only subscribers can? Well, okay, that's a problem.
No, but what if it just pushed you over the edge? Like, what if you were just using it to push yourself over that edge?
So you're just saying, look, I mean, I'm going to.
They do it on Twitch all the time.
Step over that value system for a minute because of another end game. And I have to say that there's nothing wrong with that. I would say you don't want to make a habit out of it, because I think Ash is right. Now you've got a real problem. You've got empty subs. But I think for a moment, for a push, for example, Filmtopia did that to push to the 1,000, and he gave away a ton of stuff.
Yeah, but it was similar-minded people liking his content to watch anyway, or was he just driving people for a giveaway?
Well, he made it clear that this was all about getting 1,000 subs, so that's why he was doing the giveaways. So I mean, and the giveaways were the giveaways were all related to his content. So I mean, I don't think if you were handing out like plungers, it doesn't make any sense. The truth of it is, if you are doing some giveaway that's tied to people that might like your content anyway, then I think you're okay. Now it gets tricky in this particular world, but let's just say maybe. But yeah, if I'm going to give away my llama and that's not really what I'm doing, then I'm just kind of wasting, I think, my time. But to your point, there's nothing wrong with a push for a push sake. But I think Ash makes a good point. You got to be careful. You don't want to make that a habit and then accidentally start farming out through giveaways empty subs. I think that could be a weird thing.
Yeah, I agree. But then if it takes you, I agree.
Compromises are sometimes made, and I think it's okay. It's okay to have, and that's the thing.
But it hurts because, like, we preach all the time, be true to everything you're doing, and then we're saying, okay, to get over this little hump. Yeah, and I'm not going to judge anybody. No, I'm just saying, be careful of. I always say, be careful of it, because if you have 500 subscribers and 300 of them or 400 of them are not having anything to do with watching your content, you're going to have a problem down the road. So I think I don't know what the average is or what the number is, but I'm just saying we should be having it become, and this is the thing, people use this word over and over so much, organic. And it's like, there's only a certain point, because honestly, I'm getting a push from other creators that all they care about is them getting a number also. Like, people are finding me because I'm getting a little bigger. I think they sub to me and I sub to them.
I think that's a game that this whole thing is played at a certain level. And at some point that just doesn't go anymore. Then it has to be, or just becomes, if it's going in the right direction, majority of it's going to come from the content driving that.
Yeah.
And early on, I think it's just a natural thing that we all run into same level of people. I don't know what the number is, but let's just say up to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. But at some point you get into 5,000, 10,000. I think you're not sitting there going, I'm going to dump in here and try to share out subs, or I just don't think that's what's happening. And so your mind shifts a little bit. So I think it's okay. I am not a black and white person for the most part. Things are nuanced, and it just depends on where we are in our personal journey or on our journey of our channel. compromises are made
Right.
sometimes.
But you've seen those people have 1,000 subscribers and they
Oh,
can't show, they don't have 5 people to show up on a live
okay.
stream, and they
Okay.
don't have 100 views on a video. There's
Um,
something wrong there.
1,000%, John. I'm not, and I agree. I don't think you should make it a habit. I think if it
Right.
happens organically, where you're in a stream and someone kind of like, hey, I found your channel, I dig you. I think I'm okay with that. However,
Oh,
to your
trust
point,
me, it's happened to me a few times already now.
well, I had it happen today, and I like them. Their channels. It turns out that most of the time, I'm like, oh, our values are pretty close. I could easily have 400 subs right now. I have the foundation and friends and connections to pull 400 subs. I'm not gonna do it. It's weird to me. I mean, I want to. This is a
It's weird
journey.
till it's not weird.
I want to earn them. And I mean, I'm not trying to be that person. I just feel like I just want to earn them. Every one of my 88s, except for a couple here
Yeah,
were
but you're
earned.
always gonna have your friends. And so what?
My friends can suck it.
Well, I'm just saying, like, at
Um,
some point when you start making videos and you're getting views, then you're gonna be like, I wish I had those subs,
yeah, but
you
those
know?
friends aren't watching all the way through, man. That's the other problem. They will go there, put you the like, they'll watch 3
Dude,
seconds, say they watched
do
it.
you think the biggest YouTubers didn't have their friends who aren't watching sub also? Like, let's get real. Like, at some point, you have to realize that everyone starts at 0, and they probably have hundreds of friends that don't watch
Yeah,
their
but
videos.
you don't even have 3 friends, so it doesn't even pertain to you. All of yours were earned. 1
No.
was your wife, 2 was probably your son. So you must have a friend somewhere who went in there and probably did that.
Hey, I asked last Christmas time, this past Christmas for my birthday is right there. I said, for my birthday, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I think in that week I got like 50 people.
Good night, Aaron. Yeah, we're wrapping up in a minute too, but thank you so much for
Thanks,
stepping in. I
Aaron.
appreciate that.
I hope to see you Thursday.
Yes, that would be awesome. And Ash did state, I hate seeing that. She agrees, like 1.2 subs, barely 50. Yeah, it is a
Yeah.
real red flag, isn't it? It's just not great.
No.
Dimebag says he's under 500 subs. Well, you say still, but you know, you're rolling it. I send coins from Canada, others around the world. So, I mean,
It's a niche, you know, like it might be a tight one, but the thing is, you
I
know,
think that's the other thing. That's a good point. Like, I don't know how vast the coin collection. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people, don't get me wrong, but I mean, are they very energetic in the YouTube world? Are there huge? It must be huge channels somewhere, I suppose. I don't know.
But like also there's a lot of questions. How much time do you put into it? How much do you care about it? How much, you know, there's just a lot of questions that people ask themselves.
Todd's at 160. You are
Pounds,
double.
baby, pounds.
Okay.
Sorry.
Are you okay?
No.
I have to ask because you recently had an appointment where they talked about reaching in and tickling your brain.
I fell.
Did you get it? Get it?
No. Is that from a movie?
No, I was talking about the colonoscopy.
Oh, I know.
To go and tickle your brain. Well, you're double on me. I'm at 88, I think. When I get to, okay, fine. Maybe when I get to 100, here, you know what the bigger issue is for me, John?
Just a number right now.
Who am I sending these people to? I don't have videos out in a normal sense of the world. So
no,
maybe that's
why
my
it doesn't
thing.
matter right now. But like, if you start, that's why I said, if you start making videos.
Right, yeah, it is late. So you know what, Ash, thank you so much. Thanks for the input and help.
Hey, thanks for the great input and the great adds to our discussion. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and we'll see you tomorrow night on your live. Look forward to that. Now, Brian, is this your
8:30? 8:30 on Wednesday.
8:30
for Ash.
Eastern or Central? She's Eastern. She's Eastern too. I'm the only Central person now here. No, well, Brian is too. So Brian's 124 pounds too.
104 pounds, baby, pounds.
You just love saying it. Yeah. Well, congratulations, Brian, at 124 subs. I am working on that.
That's 24 more than last month.
I feel like I had this mode where like I got 20 subs in like 7 days, like really quick. I don't know why, because I'm gonna put nothing out. And I thought, oh, it's going. And now this 100 feels like it's a mile away. These last 12 feel like it's just absolutely a mile away. So
yeah, I mean, there's no stress, man. Like you said, you don't even have one like real video out.
I'm just curious. I don't know what my channel options are going to be when I get to 100. Like what my J.A. Smith's around there. Or J.A. with the silent A.
Oh my God. Oh God.
Oh, I'm sorry. Does that offend you?
I just hope you pick. There's something that's worthwhile to pick.
Like what? What are you saying?
I don't know. I had to settle on something because mine wasn't perfect. So.
Well, what? Wait, what do you mean by that? I don't
No, like
understand.
what you said. What's available? Because you don't know what's
but you're
available.
settling for coffee, talk, and tech. You didn't settle for that, did you?
No, it's not. It's not. It's not that. It's coffee talk / John Ryan, something like that. I don't really care, but
well, I think it worked out for you. It's just kind of weird for me because of the channel name. I got to figure out what I'm going to do there. I've got some thoughts.
Coffee Talk Loser wasn't available, so I tried to find it.
Well, maybe next time. Did they find things during your? They're asking me.
I feel like those shorts put me in a bad mood.
They did. I could tell they put you in a bad mood. You kind of did go. You like those shorts made it look like you had low blood sugar or something. I don't know. But
right?
You got crabby
on the shorts.
Yeah, you're triggered by shorts. I'm not going to lie to you.
It's true. I do get triggered by it.
Yeah.
Because you know what it is? I hear too much about them. It's like, oh my God, again.
You know what, Dimebag? They did a little snip on me for sure. There was a little something, and it's all good now. But yeah, it's one of those deals. So I anytime I hear that, of course, but this is why we do it. This is why we go in so early. That's why I tell men.
Yeah.
Don't screw around with this stuff. Get in.
They were mad at me.
Wives. Were they?
Well, they just felt like you.
You're 50 now, though. Why? I mean, usually you don't go until you're 50.
It wasn't the colon. It was a couple other things. So
sure.
Yeah,
sure.
There was a couple things,
I get it.
One of the things was I had skin cancer, but because of a mole got demolished. So the mole got demolished and the cells got crushed and that caused cancer. It's not like it just like came out of nowhere. But my wife's mad at me. Everyone's mad at me because I haven't gone back to the skin doctor since I've gotten to take it off. And so.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I've had 2 carcinoma things removed. So I totally get it. My skin, this is why I cannot be out in the sun.
No, I'm very cautious.
I'm very much high risk. My dad has had issues with it. So I totally feel you. And matter of fact,
I remember that day. Trust me.
Yeah.
I cried in my car driving.
Scary stuff.
Yeah.
It's scary stuff. Yeah. I feel you, man. I totally understand where you're coming from. Oh, she's buying you a coffee because she wants to make it up to you. Yeah, because she feels this is the thing. You said the shorts set you off. Now, Mommy Lala feels
no, don't buy me a coffee.
Mommy Lala, you buy me a coffee. You buy me a. You
I hope
don't
she bought you
because I supported you. No. Don't feed his anger. And first of all, he's not angry.
I'm going to send it forward anyway. So no matter what, I'll be sending it forward to Jeffrey. Because Jeffrey has not gotten one, so I'm going to send it to you forward if that's the case. So
now I sound like a pitiful case, but that's
no, dude.
The truth
it's only right that I'm your first coffee anyway.
That's true. I do. Look, actually, Lala, I'm glad you brought it up, and we had a great conversation about it. John is very honest about his opinion on it, which is very respecting because a lot of people aren't. And I think it's great when people say, "Here's my thing," but just be honest. I may be biased on this, and I think that's when you know you're getting real talk. Okay. Real talk and tech and talk. And so I really do appreciate that. And
because it's biased because I have a, like I said, a value system wrapped up into it. So someone who doesn't won't care. They're just going to be, does this produce or does this not produce? But that's not the way I think.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
This is like the most awkward time for me to even have that, but that's just Brian.
Oh God.
We all have to, we've all been through it. And Darren, I have to say, I have a little bit of experience with what you're dealing with, although I didn't stay alive. I didn't stay awake. But I'm with you. I want to stay alive. I want to have
I'm with you too.
And so, and like John, when someone says, "Oh yeah, well, it's skin cancer," you freak out because no one wants to hear that. We get that. I want to say we're at that age, but unfortunately, people much younger than us have dealt with worse.
Yeah.
And so it's not always an age thing. It's just that we feel vulnerable, I think, once we hit a certain age, and we understand the preciousness of life, and we understand how amazing it is. So good on you, my friend, and we are with you with all that. But Brian, levity is a good thing. and no one's making fun of anybody. Brian never would make fun of any situation, but you have to laugh when roller coaster was inspired now to die.
What?
He's inspired, but now he's worried he's going to die. We try. This is a stream, a roller coaster stream, and we try to bring you up and we try to bring you down. We try to zigzag around, and I'm glad that we're giving you all sorts of emotion. Stop with the sorry to John. John don't need no sorries.
No.
Stop with that. I'm slapping her hand. I'm slapping Lala's hand, but in a nice way.
Yeah, listen, guys, I'm not really sensitive about things. It's nothing to do with that. You guys know me, but it's just like I just, I go from a sense of emotion and passion before I go with anything else. And so that's just the way I feel.
Cashew says, yes, Brian, inspiration, laughter, anger, fear of an death. I think we should name our stream.
Went through everything.
J&J, streams of our lives.
No.
It'd be like a soap opera, streams of our lives.
Oh, then we're going to have to stream in 60 frames per second. So we look very soapy.
Very soap opera-y. I love it.
Oh, I hate that. I hate it.
So it's like so weird looking. They're so plasticky now.
And then everyone's like, oh, you should do that. Everyone should do that.
Jay recommends selecting the stay alive option for comment. Yes, you caught on to my misstep there. I appreciate that. If they give the choice, they didn't give me the choice, but thankfully, but apparently when I came out of the sleep, my wife said I was saying some pretty stupid stuff.
The sleep.
So I was pretty much a maniac. They were telling me what I was saying after I came out, and it's embarrassing what I said. I won't say it here, but it was bad. We try to make you laugh. We didn't make you cry yet tonight. John, do you have a crying story?
Yeah, me and the nurse and what I said to her.
It kind of made me laugh. I don't think God,
that was really uncomfortable. I'll just tell you.
I have to be honest. I mean, it's just you and me now. So be honest. Like right when the words came out, did you just go, shit? What did I just
the words came out right away. And I'm like, oh, did I just say that? And she laughed. Okay. And I was like,
was it uncomfortable and awkward?
It was awkward because it's almost like I was out of my body when I said it. Because I just was like, I felt tired, beat up. And I was just like meeting a new doctor. And all of a sudden I just like said it because I thought it was funny. I was kind of nervous. And I was like, just said it.
Because you understand.
So bad.
You just placed your wife in the weirdest optical vision.
Dude, she's
or a complete stranger. She hit you in public.
She's used to it. No, she didn't hit me.
You said she hit you.
She was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, she wanted to beat you. I've said things where I kind of do that, kind of know what's coming.
No, she's used to it. She's used to me being like, yes, whatever you want to say it is.
I think that's hilarious. I just love that it was, and you know what's great?
I did laugh.
I do love that it was you and not me, because so often it's me, and it's nice that it's somebody else so I can enjoy the moment. And I'm so glad you shared this little misstep. Oh. You've had a couple doozies, like you fell down the stairs and then you fell down the emotional steps at the hospital.
I'm going to see the doctor.
Oh my God. Whoa.
Yeah.
Every shot I've received, I turn to the nurse right after the jab and say, if you ever stick me with anything sharp and I find out about it.
Right. I have like a feeling like I would so bad want to say after I get my colonoscopy, whatever it is. And I'll be like, yeah, see you guys next week. Like, I just want to say something funny like that when I'm leaving.
It's like,
yeah, see you guys next week for the second.
You could just say, hey, look, what do I do if I find keys in there later on? Did you leave your keys in there or anything like that? You could do that.
Right.
You didn't like, drop some eyeglasses in there. You could do something like that.
Oh, speaking of my eyeglasses, where the heck are they?
Yeah, you've been fighting that all night long.
Those are another thing. I don't even know where they are.
Well, we've officially hit past the witching hour, so I'm going to wrap this up. I want to thank everybody. It was a little bit of a roller coaster. I do recommend, John and I do recommend men of a certain age, please go get yourself checked because you resist too much.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
No, I guess that's one way of putting it. I guess it's not really great, but okay. I don't know the doctors are saying that, but cool. Cool. So cool. You said it, so we're just gonna go with it. It's uncomfortable. Thursday, John is gonna be, he's gonna be doing his thing at 9 o'clock Eastern time. And John, what's happening again? Tell everybody what's happening on.
Yeah, we're just like, listen, anybody who's out there and wants to jump on the stream, we're going to take people on the stream. I think we're going to go like about 2 to 4 people at a time. And you're going to need to be a subscriber. And I believe definitely you should be a subscriber, but I'll see. Also, you got to have a camera and you got to have earbuds of some sort. So this way you don't get feedback. Because if you have feedback, we're going to have to take people out of the stream. We can't have people with feedback.
Yeah. So have the buds. Sure.
Yeah. So a camera and some earbuds. And then as long as I can see what's going on and we can let people in the stream and it's proper, we'll let them in. And it's more about giving back to you guys. So if you want to jump in and just say, hey, do you remember the first stream you saw us, or something, some info, or just about the fun that we have, just kick back. I just want people to say, hey, it's time to have fun. I respect all of you for showing up on our streams, asking good questions, being here, and all that jazz. And so I just want to have some fun with it, and let's roll,
Next time we have a mic fight night, we need to have a way. What?
We got to have Jared Poland. FroKnowsPhoto.com.
What's happening? Am I being punked right now? Is it?
No.
What's happening?
No, that's.
I know. I'm messing.
Jared Poland.
I think what we need to do is find a way to have a scoring, like really have a fight night. Like people vote on something. Maybe it could be whose studio's looking better that night. You can put that mic down. I mean, I had a little bit of advantage. I had a little bit of advantage with the mic box stand.
Hope that llama falls off.
I know you do. You want it to break so much. I want to thank everybody as always. It's so great to see everybody. We did have a little bit of an odd stream tonight in the ups and downs, but you know what? I love those. I like that it goes ziggy zaggy and gets into all sorts of things. Thank you, Mama Lala. I do.
You know what? It makes us better.
It absolutely does. And these conversations
how
about
we can
the shorts,
conversations better.
And I want to just say, Lala, it isn't just your question and the issue. The other people brought up other points that really are very helpful and interesting as we try to figure this out, because as John says, there's no black or white one-off answer here. It's a complex, nuanced answer, really.
And so, Todd had a good answer to that.
Yeah, I think that was probably the winner of the night on that subject.
Because you know what it is? He looked outside the box and says, how can we relate this to benefit for us? So then maybe what you should be doing is rolling over to Instagram, pumping people from Instagram over to your YouTube. And that makes sense.
And I have to say, there again is why you shouldn't ever apologize, because John and I, that was not in our purview. And now that's something that will stick, that Todd brought up, that will stick on our mind next time this subject comes up. So again, we are all learning from each other. And that's the only, if this channel wasn't doing that, I don't want to do it. So
that was worth the conversation right there. So I'm glad we ended with something. That
we seem to always have that nugget where we go, God, we wouldn't have known. And I cashed you a while back, brought up some stuff when she dropped in originally, and a couple other streams where it's like, we would have never known that if we hadn't had an hour and a half long meander. But this is a thing where people kind of like bemoan. They go, why are you doing 3 hour streams? So first of all, you do not have to stay for 3 hours. We love that you do.
No.
But please don't feel you have to. We love you if you spend 10 minutes or you spend the 3 hours. But yeah, there's other things going on. We're trying to work out some things, but the truth of it is, a lot of these subjects, John and I are just talking with you guys, and that's the only way sometimes to come to a little bit more clear conclusions in a way. Is to
trust me, there's a reason why we're doing it. So there's
there is, and this whole, because, and you know why? Because if you ask me a thing about the shorts and I just say, you know what, Lala, just hit live, that's a shitty answer. I'm sorry, I used the word. I can't stand that. And that's what people do, because they're like, well, I got 20 minutes and I want to go through chat and I want to look cool. And then they come up with an answer like that. That is not helping me or John or anybody in the chat. We need to have, not only like, it's like in real life, we need to have real long answers. What is this?
Brian, he's hilarious. I love him. He's so funny.
Why? Wait, I don't have to say.
Wait, I could be doing so much more. I could get so much done. What am I doing with my life?
We may have to, Brian may be a kind of guy. Wouldn't it be funny?
Brian, you can't go. You didn't say everybody.
No, Brian's, I can't do these streams without Brian.
Right.
Even cashew, they drop in these nuggets but here's the thing. What do you think about this, John? Sometimes I think with Brian, like we bring him on the stream, no audio.
Right.
We put him in a little circle and we just drop him. He's on the screen, but he's doing the same. Like he's still talking. Like he's just a little guy, a mirror to the world. To Brian.
Put a little Brian on the screen.
Put a little Brian on the screen.
Yeah.
He's got no audio, and he's just moderating, doing what Brian does on the thing. Yeah. I don't know why. It's like a little.
And then we sell a little Brian to everybody.
We sell a little Brian to everybody. I'm thinking this could work.
Cashew, I did see you drop into a stream that was a kind of like a little mess up. What happened is I dropped into StreamYard and I was working with somebody, and instead of putting that stream to a further day away, I started it with no time in between, and all of a sudden it started a live session, and it was kind of like really weird because I didn't even check if anything came up audio wise or anything, but I just deleted it. And so 3 people came up, and she was the last person to make a comment on that stream. So I was a little mess up.
That's why the stream had a title, "Hey" on it.
Exactly. I think it did, right?
I said, "Hey," I was like, this has got to be a personal thing he's doing. I don't know why I'm seeing it, but I was in the middle of getting ready for something, and I figured you'll handle it. I probably should have said something, but you must have known by then anyway.
I didn't know until a half hour in.
Oh crap! I should have said. Next time I'll make sure to say something. Exactly, Lala. You instead of saying sorry,
there's no sorry.
We should say thank you, because this is the type of content that we want to veer into and have these nice conversations. So, we want to do that. So actually thank you for being willing to put it out. It's not easy in chat sometimes to feel like you want to ask these questions, and we want everybody to feel like they do. It's a very positive thing. And
Lala can ask anything she wants, man.
Exactly.
Every right.
Sharing those stripes. She just wanted you to laugh, John.
And she did, because she left some kind of comment of like, so now I've been waiting, and this is something, because she was acting like she was waiting for the stream to start for like a half hour or something. So
that's pretty funny.
I read it and I did laugh when I read it. So
Brian, I know you're LOLing here, but you might want to dust off your lens. I've got a little vision of a little Brian up in the corner somewhere, like maybe you with an alpaca as well. We could do that. Yeah, I've seen it too, where people just kind of go and there's like, "What are you doing, man?" It's like, stop your stream. It's been on for like 4 days. Not really healthy for your channel.
Cashew's our age.
You're saying that just because of the
dude, she makes references to everything that we talk about, like, and
that's true. Yeah, and she's not millennial speaking here. That's for sure. This is way above that pay grade. So I mean, I'm not dissing on millennials. I'm just saying that we all know when we start to talk.
Bro, she's above my pay grade, because I don't like. Well, my wife is. You are. Everyone I almost talk to every day is. So
the three of us, when the 3 of us walk down the street, we all take a hand of John's verbally and hold hands and walk.
Like if I need someone to talk about something, you guys could talk. If you want me to save your lives because you're being attacked, then I'll do the talking. Then
we'll front you verbally and you front us physically. It's all going to work out.
Right.
Like you could have a shirt that says "I got you, Jeff," and there's like you standing in front of me cowering. And then I have one that says "I got you, John," and it's me just spilling out big words with you in the background cowering. This would be great t-shirts, man. I'm telling you right now.
Hey, Mikey's still here too.
Poor Mikey. I just read that name out loud.
Cashew
Gesundheit. Yeah. That's a great name. I love it. Jeff, up and down and all around.
That's it. We hit everything. Our topics.
We caressed them. I'm trying to find some words and make you uncomfortable. We got intimate.
Caress was enough.
We caressed them with our fingers, and we got all John on it. We got Stream Buddy. Anyway, sorry guys. I got off on the subject. Mikey says, "I've been watching for 3 weeks and I just got it." Well, I know, because it throws you. It's not. What I like about the name is it's not obvious. It's like a little. You got to be, just saying. You got to be into it. All right. Yeah, massage. Yeah, we massaged it, caressed it, we stroked it.
Did I ever tell you I went to school for massage? Oh. I told you, right?
No, this is new.
I didn't tell you.
You got to
come
be
on.
Kidding me. You mean you went to one of those schools where they teach you massage therapy?
Dude, I am 4th generation.
Oh, really?
My great grandfather
Is it a
usually
heritage
do
thing? Is it some kind of like culture thing? Or is it
it.
just
Well, he was very deep into it. He was Czechoslovakian, and in Prague,
yeah.
he used to work in the circle in Prague, and he did acupressure,
Yeah.
acupressure and massage, and then
People always think of like China and all that, but actually from the East, I mean, from that area, right? That's a very,
Prague was a very music in depth and scientific. Yes. So
yeah.
on the equal of China at those times early
It's like
on in the
like part of the Ottoman Empire kind of fringe, like, you know
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, and then my grandmother did this type of work for 50 years. So
I
John
stick
can
around.
add
This is why
how
I
to
stick around.
massage your way to success. Oh
To
God, home
short to his
prostate
home pro.
check. Oh, great. That's a short. Oh, it's a short. Well, I am Irish. It's a short. That's a good one.
This is why.
That's a good one.
This
I
is
got to
how we
save
end up.
that one. That's
This is how
coming
we.
up. You know, Jeff's taking that on a clip right there.
I'm totally. I am. You laughing? I want to do a 6-month clipper out where we do some of these things.
I'm passionate about that stuff though, actually, because I know it works.
The massage stuff, yes.
Massage therapy, acupressure,
That's
acupuncture.
that stuff's the real deal, man. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. Yeah, I mean,
I am. Oh boy, I didn't expect Ottoman Empire to come up with this stream.
these guys are like the best damn comedians, man. Like some of the stuff that I read here is so funny. Like,
oh God,
I mean, seriously,
and it always comes at the last hour most of the time.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because people have been drinking, but it can't be drinking because it's too funny, like it's too articulate. So
Yeah.
it's not like a lazy lowbrow humor. It's stuff that makes me laugh because I can see the intelligence. It makes me. Oh my God, that is some funny stuff right there. Yeah, I didn't expect the Ottoman Empire to come with the stream either. We had Ottoman Empire. Jesus Christ. We had the Ottoman Empire come up right after getting your prostate checked, massage. I think that says everything you need to know about the type of stream you just experienced. And, we love you guys. Really. We want to come to your houses and, maybe braid your hair. No, I'm just kidding. We don't love you that much. That got weird. And John's already freaking out. What
the hell?
You can see in your face. There wasn't even any lag time.
He's going to start talking about musicians again for a half hour, how they're not getting underpaid.
Oh, shut. You got to be
I was like, there's a
me.
50 comments, and he's like skipping over them. Like, oh, Jesus.
There was something going on where something was weird because I was scrolling and reading each one of them, but I'm like, what are you talking about? And then go back, I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? So it could be my internet was being weird and they're coming in weird. I don't know.
Yes.
Thank God that got kind of sorted out. But all right, my friends, we will see you hopefully Thursday. And thank you for stopping in. Hopefully see you guys next Tuesday. But either way, I just
the only way you won't see me Thursday is if something crazy happens with the weather here, because we're supposed to get some serious weather tomorrow. So
I don't like that because that would break our streak.
Yeah, I could try to pull something off, but I'll see.
Well, I could if nothing else, I could wire up StreamYard and you could maybe in your basement call in just so we can get our
I could run StreamYard right off my phone.
You don't have to. Can't you
I'll be at the Burger King on the highway eating the Whopper.
This is why your doctors are not happy with you.
Okay, let's go over analytics.
So this Burger King is one of the reasons I have a colonoscopy. So if you like this Burger King short, head on over to my colonoscopy, which took an hour and a half.
Let's get out of here. People are leaving. There's no one here.
I know. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later.